reason why is because are there Muslims here?
Yeah.
The first thing, what do people run to? When Brother Ali Banat, he passed away, yeah? What would people do? Forget what people were doing. What was Brother Ali Banat doing? What was he working for? Because he had cancer and they said that he might not live long, so he was going and doing beautiful works in Africa. Yeah? Muslims Around the World Project, MATW, yeah? Beautiful legacy he left behind, yeah? Why was he doing that? He was doing it for his hereafter so he can benefit. So when people come and say to me, hold on a second fam, how are you talking about Cadet, Rahim Allah, may Allah have mercy on him, repeat that over and over again, yeah? How are you talking about him like you're his friend? You don't even know him. See, I don't blame you. If you're not a Muslim, I don't blame you for thinking like that, yeah? But if you're a Muslim, you will know what I'm talking about. We are told blood is thicker than water. What does that mean? Your blood relationships is thicker than water. But in Islam, we believe Iman is thicker than blood. What that means is brotherhood in Islam, sisterhood in Islam is thicker than blood relationship. That's why in the Quran, when Nuh alayhi salam, kind of quite a paraphrase, do not question me and be amongst the losers. And I said, oh Allah, I ask forgiveness for him. Why? Because he thought his blood relation is his son. Allah said, no, your relationship, true relationship is the believing man and the believing woman. And we make dua for those Muslims who have passed away. But at the same time, we have our sisters and brothers in humanity that we pray for, that Allah guides them. So this is the concept that we have. So me, when Cadet, Rahimahullah, when he passed away, he is like my own brother. Now I'm not going to come and lie and sugarcoat and make it seem like I would be as upset as his mother and his own blood brother. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to make it out to be something it's not. I was hurt. I was upset. But the pain they feel, obviously I can't. So that's the reason I did it. Now, if there's any kids here, yeah? Is there any children here under 18? Okay, and now I want to talk about social prostitutes, yeah? I'm going to be very straight and to the point, yeah? Social prostitutes, who am I talking about? They know who they are, yeah? And I'm not surprised about them. Now, if my enemy comes and points a gun at me, I'm not going to say, fam, why are you doing that? You're my enemy, what else am I going to expect from you? What else? So I'm not surprised about that. Now, I want to give you guys, and I said the same thing on Respect's channel. If a woman who is a prostitute, who's selling herself in the streets in Wood Green, she's there at 2 a.m., that's business for her, yeah? And we ask Allah to guide those kind of people. So, when there's a prostitute selling her body and she sees a woman coming at the middle of the night at 2 a.m. because she needs to go to the shop to buy electric, the prostitute is going to look at the woman and think, yo, hold on a second, that's competition. She's in my ends trying to do what I'm doing. Why? Because she has that mentality and she's in that lifestyle, she's thinking every single person is like her. So, but the sister who's going to maybe she's in the same situation. Maybe she needs to go and get electric as well. Why? Because she's thinking with a clean heart. She's not thinking, hold on a second, is this? No. So you see the person with a mind frame who's diseased, with a diseased heart, wherever he looks, he thinks everybody's like them. So for those who are criticizing, for example, call it a spin. You're gonna spin more. You're gonna spin more. Don't worry. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna spin more. I'm not even talking about you, but you're just taking it on you. There you go. Anyways, I'll carry on. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, I'll carry on. Yeah. So when my man is doing something for likes, he's doing it for fame, he's doing it for money. He thinks everybody else is doing the same thing. He's thinking, fam, in my head, I do it for money, fame, and money. So my man has to be doing it for the same thing.
Just put this on your channel,
Very
bro.
simple.
Do this on your
I'll
channel.
decide what it's
Do apology on your channel, bro.
I'm not apologizing. I'm not apologizing for nothing.
Who are you
I'm
breaking
not
it down to?
apologizing.
If you know you're doing right, who are you breaking it down to, bro?
Don't worry. Don't worry.
You got the green light. What are you doing all this for, man? Extra hype, man. Let it rest, man. Let it rest.
Anyways, yeah, okay. So, this is the reason why they come in with this thing, the people that don't like us, yeah? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, yeah?
Who's us?
When they see, when they see you,
who's us? Who's us, Ali?
They smile in your face.
Ali, who's us? The people that don't like us.
They bite their fingers in rage. You know why? Because they're dying in their rage. And Allah says, may they perish in their rage. Die in your rage. Yeah? Simple as that. Die in your rage. Bite your finger when you go home. Take it. Okay. So you know who's this going to, yeah? Okay. Yeah, he's a social prostitute. He knows exactly what he's talking about, yeah? Okay. So that's the reason why. Now once he does that,
social prostitute and he's the one
I'm going to make this very clear, yeah? I'm
Man
talking
said social
about.
prostitute.
I'm talking about one person. Yeah? So I don't want no one else to take it on board. I've got something special for them. Okay, that's separate. Now, I want to make something really clear. Okay?
No, it's not an issue.
This guy, and his
unwillingness,
a grown man. Let me tell you something. A grown man. Can you imagine this? A grown man. I think he's about 33 years old. He's got wife. He's got kids. He's doing nothing. Can you imagine this? A grown man, 8 to 10 hours live on Hangouts. Bruv, you're a grown man. Do you not work? Bruv, 8 hours. Do you not go toilet? Fam, for 8 hours, this dog, you know what I'm talking about? Fam, at least I'm a
personally, I don't understand why you're talking about people with hangouts in it, yeah? Like, if you're watching their hangouts, then you know what they're doing in it, yeah? Your thing is this, yeah? Your thing is here. Well, you don't, it's for you to say whether it's productive or not, yeah? It's for you to say whether it's productive or not, isn't it? You know what I mean? By the end of the day, that's all it is about Ali shining from, and this is what the issue was, bro, yeah? If you came forward in a certain way, I understand you got a green light. I understand you got the green light from the family, yeah? And I respect that. I understand you explained to Ezra, yeah, what the position was, and I respect that. But all man's issue was the way that it was carried out without doing these things, without getting the green light, without speaking to family. So it's like you operated backwards, that's it. So no one has any issues with you raising charity, bro. Yeah? No one's attacking you raising charity. You raise all the charity you want to do. You get me?
Okay.
Yeah?
Can I say something? Yeah?
But it's how you went about that particular thing, and a family member spoke out, yeah, and said that they weren't happy. And then you've now clarified and got other families to say, you know what, they're cool with it. But it doesn't mean that that family's perspective was wrong. Yeah? It was his perspective. It was his perspective. So he didn't spin nothing round. Yeah, alright, cool, bro. He didn't spin nothing round. Ezra didn't spin nothing round. Yeah? Ezra, you're saying, oh yeah, it's people's polluted minds, the way they look on it and
one person.
Bro, you need to allow it, innit?
One
Yeah?
person. I'm talking about
cool,
one
man.
person.
I know, you can talk about Titans TV all you like, bro. But you're just deflecting, bro.
Okay, it's Munafik TV.
Come on, man.
Yeah?
Whatever, but you're deflecting, bro.
Hear me out.
You're deflecting.
Let me talk,
And what you're
then you'll
using, you
understand.
should separate the issues. Because right now, you're using it for PR. And I'm saying there's somebody laying dead, bro, and just have some compassion and allow it. Do this on your channel, innit?
Don't drop that on me. Sorry.
Alright, it's the truth.
You can't
Don't drop the truth on me.
Don't come and say compassion. Okay.
Are you addressing me? Do you want me to come back?
No.
Alright,
then
don't address me then, man.
When I address you, come back. Yeah? When I address you, come back.
You're a dickhead, bro.
Okay.
You're a dickhead, man.
You're a fool.
You're the most
You're a clown.
insensitive,
You're
insincere
a
guy.
clown.
Go on,
You're a
man.
clown. That's what you are.
Go on, bro.
Yeah? So, I'm talking about a specific individual very clearly, yeah? A grown man. You've got kids. Do something productive.
Bro, do some dawah, bro.
Do something productive. I am.
Do some fucking dawah. This ain't dawah, bro. Chatting about man that's not here to defend himself. You're a joker, bro.
I'll come and say to his face. I'll come and say when it comes to when it comes to me,
so what? I don't give a fuck. He's not here to defend himself.
I don't care, bro.
So what, man? What? You want me to be quiet and watch and be a bystander? Nah, man, fuck that, man. Nah, man. I say what I want. I say what.
I'm making it very clear.
Yeah, man.
These accusations that's been thrown at us,
man. So what? So I'm saying something.
We have money in our pocket.
I'm backing Kalam. So what? When Kalam backs himself, until Kalam is here, I'm backing Kalam. So what? So what? Why not? Why not? Why not? I don't care. I don't care. So does he. So does he. So does he, fam. It's how man makes his living. Don't you get what he's doing? Don't you get what he's doing? So does he, fam. They're the same thing, innit?
Of that charity money in my pocket.
Bro, he's trying to do a PR spin on the thing that's on him and trying to fling it and make it be about Titans TV. And it ain't that.
What,
ain't that.
Titans was legit as well? You think Titans was sincere? Titans going at him as well because he's got a rivalry.
Did Titans TV say the truth?
Did he tell the truth?
Yeah.
What was his truth? I didn't listen to him.
Oh, well then if you never listen, then you're biased.
No, I don't listen to Titans.
Well, there you go. Then you're definitely biased. Come on, bro. You're telling me about.
Kalam chats rubbish.
You're telling me he's just getting that man, but you didn't listen to it, so you don't know the context. Come on, bro. Be fair, man. Be fair. At least do the research and then comment on it, bro. Now you're exposing your bias to Titans TV because you ain't even listen to what you have to say.
When I jumped on the show,
you're exposing your bias to Titans TV, man.
Ali sitting on 7 figures. When they're talking about Ali sitting on 7 figures.
He didn't say Alice. He didn't say Ali sitting on 7 figures. He said his company made £6 million. Yeah, and that's what he said. He pulled out the paperwork.
What was the
That's
paperwork?
what he was saying.
What account?
He went on company's house and showed their figures.
Prove it. I'm going to show my YouTube channel to people.
Come on, man.
You
should go on your YouTube channel and talk about it.
I'm shutting it down, brother.
You should go on it and speak about it.
I'm going on holiday, bro. I'm going to go Umrah. I'm going to just chill out, relax, yeah? Prove it. £6 million. £6 million.
You're talking about his show, yeah? You're talking about Callum, yeah, and Titans TV. Have you watched what he? Have you watched it?
Like Sarah.
Have you watched it?
Sarah,
Have you watched it? Did you watch it?
Sarah sold his
Did you watch
body.
it? Did you watch it?
Sarah sold his body.
Did you watch it?
The guy is so low.
Yo, Ali, did you watch it?
For money,
to get Sarah.
For money, they
Did
paid
you
him
watch
and they
it?
said, fam, can you do like a movie when he's kissing a man?
Did he watch it? Ali Dawa, did you watch it? Did you watch it? When he's talking about your finances? Did you watch it?
I don't watch it.
So you have no idea?
don't watch it.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
So
no
what's
problem.
all this then?
No problem, yeah?
What's all
Okay.
this?
Fam,
You don't
bring
watch
the
it, you know
evidence.
he's live for 8 hours, you don't watch him, you're not paying
No
attention
problem,
to him.
no problem.
My man opened out your accounts, yeah, and was going through that shit online and you never watched it.
Allah says
You
in
never
the
watched
Quran,
it, yeah?
Kul hatu burhanakum
You never watched it, no?
in
I
kuntum
watched it.
sadiqeen.
What's still there?
Fam,
Ain't taken
fam,
down.
if you are
If he's
truthful,
slandering you,
bring your
make it.
evidence.
If he's slandering you, make him take the video down.
So anyway, you know what's more funny? They accuse me, they always say I'm racist.
Ali Dawa,
Check this
something,
out.
something scam.
Check this out. Fam, check
Yeah,
this out. A black sister started the same project as what I did in the water well. Nobody said nothing. A black sister, I contacted her. I said, sister, did you
Stop
ask the family?
deflecting, man. Stop deflecting.
Deflecting. I call
Did
it
she
I call
ask
it
the family?
reflecting,
No.
fam.
No.
Reflecting, not
No.
deflecting,
But you was asked, not her.
Fam,
No one got at
a
her.
black sister,
You was asked.
I said to her sister,
Does
did
that
you
mean?
ask the family?
What does that mean?
See, it's justified.
But hold on a second.
No.
Look at this racism.
No.
Why you find someone else in
if a
that-
black sister
Exactly.
does it,
The black
if a black
sister,
sister does it,
they didn't see it pop up on YouTube, innit? I still ain't seen this black
it's
sister.
prep.
I still ain't seen this black
Prep
sister.
with Conan does it.
On Insta.
But when I do it,
How many followers
when I
has
do
this
it,
woman got? How easy is it for me
it's
to
very
access
simple.
it? Yeah?
Cadet is our
But
prophet.
when
May Allah
they
bless
ask
him. When we go Ghana we're gonna go in June. You're gonna see, inshallah, a water well with
man.
his name,
Please don't cut me
and
off.
we're
Some
gonna
bad
be
man
there,
thing.
inshallah.
After I'm making bare sense.
Yeah?
You don't want to hear what I
So,
want to say.
you
You
social
want to talk sense,
prostitute,
talk
you know
sense.
what
The
I'm
bad man
talking
talk.
about?
Why was
Fam,
you being
don't
allowed
do
to stay?
nothing for
It
no
was
one.
you. I was having a
And you are
conversation with
hurt
him, bro.
because we
So,
go
say
to
again?
your homeland, we go to your own homeland, and we try to help people.
So what, man?
Yeah,
So what, man?
Yeah?
Don't try coming out, bro. It's not gonna work.
So,
It's not
Ali
gonna
Dawa is
work.
following that it's a fault.
No,
because you've got
I'm
395.
saying, I see it pop up on my YouTube as a suggestion. So this is why I know about the scenario. If you know about the black girl, like that's what you know
Ali, that
about.
was in the
Yeah?
pop up on mine.
Ezra, and never weren't talking to me. Cadet's cousin weren't talking to me about the black girl. He was talking to me about Ali Dawa.
Yeah. But I'm okay.
Yeah,
So,
Titan TV done a video about it. He weren't talking about the black girl. He was talking about Ali Dawa. So all I know about is Ali Dawa. It's a bit of a deflection to say, oh, someone else is doing it. You understand?
I hear you. But at the
Like,
same
I'm
time,
not, because I never said Ali Dawa was wrong. I said what Ali Dawa should have done is sought permission before he done what he done.
100%.
And
And
so
that's
should
what
the black girl, so should the pink girl, so should the green girl.
and that's what man's been. And that's what I said to man. But is
The reason I'm talking about his following, yeah, is because that's how I got to hear about it. Because he has 395,000 followers. That's why more people know about the Ali Dawa thing than the black girl thing.
everybody knows,
That's it.
okay.
You
We've
understand what I'm
done what we need to
saying? You see
do,
what I'm saying?
okay. It's very simple. Brother Isa, can you come? Can you come, bro? Yeah?
Man's rolling out, trying to roll people out,
man,
man.
don't go off
Can
on
you
that,
come?
Trying to
man.
roll out
Can you
people,
come?
man.
Don't
No,
put yourself in
second.
this situation.
See, I'm telling you,
One
man.
second.
Don't put yourself in these
Fam.
situations, fam, man.
I don't know why they're attacking respect. Respect is nothing but putting them
Oh, why you bring that up?
Leave respect alone. Leave him alone.
This guy's a joker.
Isa,
He's very intelligent. I'm telling you, yeah, if you lot don't know what this brother is doing, you lot are dumb. I'm telling you. If you can't see it, you lot are dumb. Have a man.
Let me just listen. I ain't got a horse in this race. Yeah. I'm not trying to prop up Ali Dawa's. His thing is, I'm gonna say what I've got to say, and I've got to duck out. Yeah. I just want to know.
Try to roll out Issa like, oh yeah, Issa spoke to this person. Why didn't you? He's giving you the number. This conversation should be, I phoned up this brother after speaking to Issa, and the brother said, yeah. Now you ain't even still spoken to the family. You're a joker.
So look, I spoke to Ali, and I said to him, look. The
You
execution,
should have rolled out
the
a black brother
execution was
to do
poor.
your appeal then.
I said to
You
Ali-
should have rolled out a black
I said
brother
to
to do
Ali
your
the
appeal, if this is what you need.
Bro, I said to Ali the execution was poor. Yeah, he should have consulted the family. Yeah, and it was culturally insensitive. I've said this to Ali many times, and I'll continue to say it to him till he gets what he said, and he's acknowledged it. Yeah, but I said at the same time, I never said
his
I don't want-
intention.
I'm saying the intention to do charity is a good one.
Okay, yeah.
The intention
Don't
to build
ignore
a
me,
world,
man. Don't ignore me.
The intention to
Don't
do the
ignore
role.
me. Don't ignore me.
The intention-
Don't ignore me, bro.
Bro,
Don't
the
ignore me,
intention-
bro.
the intention
Nah,
to the
it's not about ignore this guy.
Do you know what? I'm not
Sorry,
even-
my brother.
no,
Sorry, Issa. You know it's all love. But nah, fam. What, you want me to be silent? You want to be silent? You're a joker, bro.
I'm not even trying to cause,
Nah, man.
I'm not even trying to cause a beef thing. I don't. Wallahi, I don't want it. This stuff, yeah, this camera stuff, it's all politics, and I've always pushed myself away from it.
Was there a better way for Ali Dawa to do this?
100%.
All right, that's all I'm saying.
200,
So all this thing about, oh yeah, the way that other people see things and that's a deflection, my brother. If you're sorry for not conducting yourself the way you should have, then apologise, collapse, and you move on. All this apologising and rolling out people to make it that it's wrong, bro. Calling that respect's name, that people are on respect's case. They're not even on his, they're on your case.
I saw the brother at Juma on Friday. I spoke to him briefly.
Don't know how the brother died, don't know his name, nothing. And you want to build wealth.
And he said that
You
the
got well
family
money
are
already.
backing
You already
initiatives
got well money.
for Saddam
You already
Hussein.
got well money.
Yeah, what they
You already
got
got
was
well
to
money.
ride off the coattails of the
Yeah,
league,
he's
and
already
take
got
money
he's got
into
money
their
for the
pocket.
wells.
So they would like to see receipts. Yeah,
He's got money
of
for the
all work
wells.
that's done.
So he didn't
Yeah,
need to
they
raise
know
no
that
extra
that
money and go and call up a man's name. Hashtag save
What
man.
the brother does after that, that's Ali Dawa.
Have you
Like,
called Ali Dawa has condemned man to Jahannam?
I'm not bad
Ali
enough.
Dawa has declared that this brother is definitely not going to Jannah.
Was the intention good? In my belief, it was so. But
In your
that's
belief.
Ali.
Okay, so in a nutshell,
Man. Can't be rolling out man like some apologies.
Captain Conan
Nah, it's dead for you, bro.
Cadet's
It's
cousin,
dead.
may Allah have mercy.
Yeah, with Saidi
So
on
is
the
Ezra.
cup.
If
This
I
is
wanted,
dead for you, bro.
if I had bad intentions, I'd
rolling
say to
with
Ezra,
racists,
you know
bro.
what? Ezra,
You rolling with racists, bro. Is Said giving you a lift home? Is Said giving you a lift home? You roll with racists, bro.
Out of respect for you,
Yeah. Yeah, bro. You ain't getting away with it.
it.
On your neck. You roll with racists.
So anyway,
Said you're a racist. Are you giving Ali Dawa a lift home? How about he's raising money for black people?
Die in your race. Simple as that. Simple as that. And when we do the will, inshallah, you see.
You could have done the well and just dedicated it to him. You could have done the well. You didn't need to raise no money for that well. You could have done the well and just dedicated it to him. Right or wrong? Don't. Let's not play. Let's not compare charities. You want to compare charities? Is that what you want to do?
Look, I tell you, we even defended this guy.
So
When
what,
we
man?
was talking
So
about
what?
this guy,
Defend the truth. Defend the
You
truth.
remember,
Defend the truth. That's what you
got
gotta
to
do.
And this pole dancing nonsense, yeah?
You gotta defend the truth. Ali Dawa's a joker.
Hijab was there defending this guy, yeah?
Bro,
He said, "Stop
I
saying
defended hijab when Sarah and
defended
Kalam
your honor.
said he was
You
gay.
defended your honor.
No, yeah,
You
I defended
defended your honor,
hijab.
fam.
When Sarah,
camera.
listen. When Sarah, yeah, and Kalam said Muhammad hijab is gay and they have proof of it, yeah, I defended him. I defended him, and I said, bring your evidence.
When people talking about
Yeah,
you, me and hijab were there saying don't chat
So we're saying the same
nonsense,
thing though.
respect standards.
We're saying the same thing. So what's the point?
I don't go behind your back
What's the point?
and swear at you.
What's the point? We're saying the same thing.
Exactly.
We're saying the same thing.
What I did Islamically is done. It's not an abnormal thing.
Come on, bro.
Simple as that.
Allow it,
Let's
man.
leave it at that.
Yeah, leave it at
Simple
that,
as
bro.
that.
Leave
I just wanted
it.
to
Well
say
done,
something
Ali.
to
Thank you,
Sharia.
man.
Thank you, no problem. There you go.
Thank you, Ali, man. Thank you, man. On behalf.
Take the hatred
Yeah.
out of your heart.
There's no hatred, bro. It's facts. I'm giving you fake.
From day one, you had
I don't
hatred.
hate you. I know
Shall I tell
you.
something?
I understand
You
what
know
you are.
nothing about me.
Come on, bro.
Yeah?
I
From
see
day
through you.
one-
I see through
From
you.
day one, when I came to that march,
Yeah.
you were swearing at me. Look, I'll tell you something.
Yeah, why would you
Jedi,
swear at
Jedi,
you?
Jedi.
Because of what you done before
Look at
that.
my eyes, look at my
What-
eyes.
because
Look
of
at
what
me,
you done
look at
before
me,
that.
Look at me, Jedi. Look at me.
For what you
Look
done
at
with
me.
Saeed.
Look at me, I'm here.
Because of what you
I'm
done.
here, I'm here.
It's because of
I'm
what you
here,
done.
I'm
It's because
here.
of what you
I'm
done.
here. Jedi,
Yeah,
Jedi,
yeah, yeah.
Jedi.
What?
I ain't scared of you.
Why do you have to
None.
be scared of me?
I ain't.
Why do you have to be
Let me
scared of me?
tell you something,
Why do you
yeah?
have to be scared of me?
I swear
Hear
at
what I'm
you.
saying, fam,
The
yeah?
only reason
What?
I give you the benefit of that.
Of what? Shut up, man. You're chatting shit. Champion deflector, man. I don't give a fuck about your benefit of the doubt, man. Yeah? The reason I don't like you is because I see what you are, bro. That's it. I don't hate you, though. I don't hate you, Ali.
Anyway, that's it.
And you got a chance to do the right thing.
That's it. If I die, please do water wells in my behalf, please.
Fam,
And make
let me
dua
ask you a
for my
question,
brother.
yeah? If the moon is how far away, how do you? Oh my God, you just missed it! I swear to God, that thing, that chemtrail, whatever it is, was behind the fucking moon, bro.
Right. What was he saying then?
It's moving along.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
a minute,
yeah.
a second ago.
Okay.
That shit was behind the moon.
You done, yeah?
Yeah, the dirty handshake. I know that felt filthy. That handshake felt filthy, Issa. Man came and done the dirty thank you. Rolling man out and that, bro. A man's doing some deflection thing. Yeah? Oh yeah, Jedi, when they slandered you, so I'm saying, yeah, when they
you're not going
slandered
to munch on that
hijab,
now?
you just want an excuse to say your slander. This is the thing, I hope you see the tactic. Man didn't say it for any point. Man said it just to say the point.
Wednesdays,
To
Fridays.
try to embarrass him.
I'm free, innit?
I'm telling you, he's rolling out Issa, not because he gives a fuck about Issa or what Issa's saying, because he's got a scapegoat. So I spoke to the family, and how come Ali Dawa ain't said, you know what, after all of this, Issa spoke to the family, passed me the number, which he hasn't called. Yeah? Asked him, did he call the family member that he got the number from Issa? Did he call him?
I don't know.
Did he call him? No. You could have called him and said, yeah, I spoke to Issa.
Contact the family and you say, listen, I'm doing this
Thank
thing.
you, my brother.
You know what I'm saying?
You lot understand, boom, boom, boom. Then you come on camera and say, I spoke to the family.
Or do it.
But he ain't spoke to the family. He's trying to roll you out. He's not that bothered.
But to be honest, I didn't really want to.
So it's superstar on superstar. That's where it's
I think I should have stayed at home today. Still.
No, it just gets worse each week.
What are you saying? What are you saying?
He's saying exactly good.
Alright, man.
Good, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, the eater is the mouth.
Did I do something? I can do it for me as well.
Some people they're involved in drugs and killing. If you're involved in charity,
Can I talk to the Ghanaians? I'm not even Ghanaian. Can I talk to the Ghanaians? We don't need no oil. We don't need no oil in Ghana. We don't need no oil. They flooded half the country with a dam. How do we need a well? We have put smooth electricity, hydroelectricity. It will benefit other people. If you put a hole in Ghana, water will come out. No water for Ghana.
How do you know?
You're a criminal.
So you're telling me
I'm in the country next door.
Ghana is big, my friend. Anyone will benefit anybody.
Okay. So is half
Even
the
if it
country
benefit one person, it's good.
Is half the country flooded?
Listen, if it benefit one person, it's good. Come on, man.
The country has enough water.
Yeah,
They don't
if
need
it benefit one person, it's good.
It doesn't need a well. And a well doesn't cost more than the tool. And we use a piece of metal and 4 men to make a hole and make a well and find fresh water. You know this. Because even in your country, that's how we do it. So we don't need no one to build a well for us. So even if we go into the details of the well, he's a dead man walking because we don't need no well in Ghana. Bruv, my brother's in Ghana. Bruv, my brother's in Ghana. Bruv, in Ghana, my brother's there riding around on his 900. You get me? He ain't talking about water. Is he talking about water on the 900? Chalet, what are you talking about? You're demeaning the Ghanaians. Bruv, go to a place that's dry. Go to a place that's dry, innit? I'm a Nigerian. Bruv, my country's moist. Moist, bruv. Put a hole in the water. Blow! What comes out?
Negating poverty.
Yeah? Poverty where? Ghana? Are you mad?
Right, no poverty there.
What? No poverty?
He goes to Ghana and say you don't need a
Explain the
work.
poverty.
Explain the poverty.
Men are making their own cars in Ghana. Look up Kantanka.
I agree with that. I agree with
So,
that.
they must be starving, no roads, what? What's going on? Bruv, they don't know, man.
Sit on the bum, man. You're telling me that Ghana doesn't need a well.
Doesn't need a well.
You want to have a vote?
If you go to Ghana, you say that they don't have a well.
Ghanaian government can do it. Individuals can do it with their wealth. Bruv, where do we need a well at? Where do we need? In Nigeria, you don't need no well.
Make it big as well.
You know what I'm saying?
Make it
You don't
big.
need a well. What do you need a well for?
Man, in the village, innit? In the world,
It's not so if they make, if they, thank you. We make it. So then where do we need the well at? It's got to be somewhere where there's, what, people just move there?
but we don't live near rivers and creeks and near coast and things so we can get fish and become fishermen and this is how we live. This is how we always live. No one lives in the open savannah, no one lives in the desert, no one lives in the rainforest. This is common sense. And we got roads, toll booths, all sorts, internet, what do you call it, cable, everything you can think. Even our own version of chicken shops and shit. You know what I'm saying? What are you talking about?
Two sides of the
well.
story, though.
Hold on.
Two sides of the story.
Hold on. Does anyone want to have like a constructive, precise?
A well, go. I like that. A well, precise conversation.
Talking about a well.
Bro, there's no
wait,
two
wait.
conversations. Yeah? I was repping Ghana. Anyone want to come on it? Let's go. You get me?
Wait,
That's all I'm concerned about.
We've got 10 minutes.
The rest
to
is
try to sort it out,
disrespect.
yeah?
But don't tell me about a well.
I think he's talking about one hole, one little hole.
Yeah.
We take a little
Why is
bit
it
water.
wrong?
The world's big. We need
How much you need? How much you need for that? 5,000. 5,000. You're a liar. Look at you. Look at your face. It's true. You even know that's a lie. You even know that's a lie. I said the instrument. The instrument costs 5,000.
The whole thing.
Like, get a £5,000 well. I'm not gonna lie though, you can get a well for like 150. No, 5,000. £5,000 well. That's a big one. Super well. That's feeding like what? 100,000
How much is
people.
that in cities?
Can you ask?
It's too much.
Yo,
It's too much.
Raymond.
You can buy a house in.
You know
buy a house with that
the
money.
£5,000 well, yeah? Is it like automatically you just press a button and the water comes up?
Jen, if we're going to respect, we can entertain our conversation, but we need discipline, innit? We're going to be fruitful or not?
If it's the water tap,
No, don't do exactly. If you do that, it's going to come back.
What part of Ghana is this as well? Let me cook.
I'm saying you're doing something.
What? I don't rep the continent. I don't rep the whole thing. Yeah, that's right.
As well, though. It's dry land. It's dry land as well. What? The whole land. That wood. What? The whole land ain't moist. What's that in your hand?
The whole land is moist.
Is that yours, man? Beast. Why are you holding that? Realistic view.
Go. When you go to
Why are you
Ghana,
holding that?
you have to take a boat.
I'm asking.
You have to take a
I'm
boat.
asking. Is it too big for him to
You
carry
want to go to the
himself?
main city,
That
you
would.
have to take a boat.
Why are you holding that?
Because there's a bit that's flooded. Trees
know this
there,
guy
everything.
before
You know why? Because the US built a dam, fam. They built a dam and flooded fucking half the country.
Oh, you know what it is.
Americans built the dam. Yeah? And they have smooth electricity. That's why we don't have smooth electricity. They fucking have smooth electricity because they have a hydro electricity that they get from the dam. So that's the good thing that came out of what the Americans done. The bad thing was they flooded half the country. Now you're telling me that same country, what, dry? Where have you heard that Ghana's dry? There's a famine because people are dry.
So there is a famine.
Hey, Rashford, hey, what you doing?
Is there famine in Ghana?
Hey, Rashford, hey, your friend, you come back to the park.
No famine. No famine. My Ghanaian brothers are well on off and eating kenke. How you eat kenke? You have to grow and make kenke. You know what I'm saying? That means your shit is black. There? In my top, bro.
Who is the most honourable person?
Who's saying sharp to you, Kimo?
Would he behave the same way?
Seeing you.
Hold on, Mark. Would he behave the same way? The guy's name, if you're going to talk about someone, people are going to benefit from it. If they did the same to you, I would talk. Yeah? No. If you're going to, you have to be respectful.
Bro, you want to speak the truth, and then be respectful.
Go ahead.
Doing it.
So now, what happened is the following, yeah?
No, you hurt.
Yeah, I feel like vomiting.
You lose your blessing.
See, what he did was he followed, yeah? Because he's got problems. That happened, and he got stabbed around in the park.
I don't know anything about that.
Something happened, yeah? So he got problems with me from day one. Okay. So what he does is, he gets this involved. He made this title F.U. Aligawa. Yeah? Okay. Which is wrong. Yeah, which is wrong. And he's claiming that I'm pocketing the money out of somebody's desk. That's the claim. Yeah? Okay. That didn't mean nothing to me because I see nothing anyway, and then he's going to do that. I'm not going to So, therefore, what that then is, that caused a reaction. So people that don't like me jump in for good. This is what you need. You know when someone has an opportunity. Yeah? Okay.
Even here, we need to have that.
You can get privacy if you need.
He's an accountant. Ali Dawa's accountant right now, lawyer. Advising him not to speak.
This is what we have to have conversation.
Okay, so therefore,
I only go serious.
things start, yeah? To me, honestly, I think they're
Ali Dawa, nice to meet you. DJ Khaled. What day is it?
So now, Ezra, that's my main concern. Ezra, so that is the only reason.
Just talk about Ezra.
Might be soon.
Send the link to Ezra.
Listen, send the link. It was a live chat, man. I mean, where is it? Oh, what do you mean? You ain't watching it?
Who's that? Oh, where's Ezra?
No, you ain't in the chat.
Saying Ezra's name on the screen.
Told man I'll be trolling. Trolling.
Ezra, your name is large.
Yes? So that was it. So then what happened is, then people start jumping on his bandwagon, you know, oh, he's pocketing money, I said it very simple.
And it's a separate
Boy, from what I understood, I never knew there was a need of water, bro.
Bro, I was repping Ghana right now. Bro. I was saying, where you need a well at?
I said to the brother, look, same thing. I said to him, I was vexed with him, but he said to me they need water, so I took it on his word.
I said, where?
Wait, no, poverty. There's poverty, but don't make them sell you them videos of man like sitting there with big fat bellies and that flies.
I've never seen a video of Ghana like that.
It's poverty. Like, there's poverty in England, fam. And that's to concede as well.
But we do want to
But not well poverty, we're well past that. As Africans, we're well past that. You're demeaning the levels we have, fam. You know that's the first thing we're going to do if we have a village.
And I said, you cannot blame me for something that was happening in our religion.
What was it? So they must have had a direct point of something that was done.
Well, I know Ghana's got what I'm saying. I know they found the oil reserve like 10 years ago.
And the fundraising.
I know, but I'm not saying.
Bro, I'm not underestimating Ghana. I told you,
They're not in
my
Nigeria.
brother's in Ghana on his 900. Like, man, in his 900, bro, no well. Stop that. Stop that. My cousin. Thank you. I said it earlier to man. I goes, you got smooth electricity because of the dam. When it flooded half the country, you have to take boats certain places. Are you talking that place is dry? Where? Show me. Show me.
I don't think he was saying it's dry.
Show me.
What he was saying is this spot, the water's contaminated.
Huh?
He's saying in this spot, the water was contaminated.
Okay, so they're going to build a 5,000 well.
Did he say 5,000 pounds?
I don't know that number.
5,000?
I don't know.
5,000. How much is that in cities? You're a millionaire. You're a millionaire.
Nah, that's good. They changed the currency now.
You millionaire?
Nah, not millionaire.
That was Naira. You'd be a millionaire.
Nah, they changed the cities. There's Ghana cities now.
Okay.
They cut it down by
but how much though?
By like a couple
No,
hundred thousand.
I'll tell you about.
Couple 100,000.
Oh no, wait. 6
So
million.
listen, is
6
there anyone,
million.
look, while he says anyone who had like one main objection to Ali Dada, something he did that you think was wrong, because so from what he's explaining it seems to be quite straightforward.
Wait,
right?
in regards to this specific incident here?
Yeah, this specific so-called incident, is there any complaints that we want to address while the brothers in?
I think you got over there, fam.
So, personally, from Islamic standpoint, yeah, just generally on my point, but we have difference of opinion, there's room for difference of opinion. I personally don't think someone unrelated to a Muslim can do sadaqah jariyah on behalf of another Muslim. I think from what they say, min babi awla, from the first place, it should be from the way of the family. So I feel like Ali should have, if he was going to raise the money and present it to the family, yeah, and let them know, yeah, and then that would have been better. He would have gathered between two good things, yeah, and no one would have had an entry of attack at him, and that should have been done, yeah. And for me, that's it. Like I feel my brother. Look, I know a man don't like Ali, yeah. Me, I've got no problem with Ali. We have a good relationship, and I think that he intends good. I think from what I've seen of his open actions. Yeah, that's just generally. As for what's behind, yeah, I cannot attest to what's in man's heart. Yeah,
I never said that. What did I say? Go on, I'm right here. What did I say? Sorry, brother. Let me get in. Sorry. What did I say?
I know.
I've had dealings with you, so I understand I've seen your actions. I don't know what's in your heart. I don't know what you, but I know from me, my perceiving of your actions is you're a disingenuous fucking leech. That's what I see. That's how I see you.
Or maybe a leech.
No, yeah, maybe I am.
Maybe
But,
if it was
I'm just, you're asking for my opinion on you. Yeah?
That's the problem.
You're asking for my, bro,
Okay,
one
what have I
second.
done? Okay,
You're asking for my,
what have
no,
I
no,
done
forget
that I'm
about
a
that.
leech?
Don't, I beg you, give me the respect to let me speak.
Like
Yeah?
you did with me?
Give me the respect. Or we can go back to that level then. I don't mind, fam. We can go back to that level. Because really and truly, bro, yeah? Alright, well, really, you just called me over. You just called me over by calling me in.
I would recommend you don't name call each other, but if you
I never named
Bro,
him.
man, I say by my perception, yeah, that you're an opportunist, you're a leech, and that you don't have any real genuine concern. You had no genuine concern for this brother, yeah? You didn't take the time to find out who he was, what happened to him, how he died, or nothing. You started talking about gangster this and gangster that. That being said, you got the green light from the family, that's all good. Everything that the brother Issa said is the same thing I said to you there, yeah? My only upset is that while you're on the camera, you're trying to spin it around and make it seem like, oh, because of how other people's brains are, that's why they look and see the wrong in it, yeah? When other people, innocent other people that don't know you, Ali Dawa, heard about it, watched your video and came to the same conclusion. If you've not contacted the friends or the family, yeah, what you're doing is wrong. Now, Islamically, yeah, it looks like to me that you're saying that your deeds can go towards anybody that's dead without them having anything to do with it. If you gave money to his charity, I would understand, yeah? But you didn't give money to his charity, yeah? You're raising for your charity, and that to me feels like you're saying that if you die today, I'm just gonna raise up a charity, name it, and you're gonna get the benefits of it, yeah? And I'm just like, right, do you know what? Cool.
I was going to say, on the point of the charities, because I know a lot of people mention Cadet's charities now. Personally, it would be good if people can mention what his actual charities are. But, yeah, on the point of continuing his charities, yeah, it would only be a sadaqah jariyah if these charities were those specific things. Like if he done something for an orphanage, or if he built a well, if he built a tree, if he built a library, something that people are going to get continuous benefit for. That
Do you know
would
what
apply.
his? Do you know what his charities are?
Yeah, you work with.
That's the only one that I know.
So, did you take your time to see what? Sorry, brother. Did you take your time to? All right.
Islamically, all I know is you follow the opinion that only the Muslim family is going.
Yeah.
Okay. So me, for example, Ali Banat and a lot of people that died. I even did one of a Muslim girl who threw herself out the window in France. I did a documentary. We went to France. Yeah? I did it on her
Documentary,
behalf.
go to France, raise money. But this is PR, bro. We're not talking about this, brother, man.
Bro, you have a disease in your hand.
That's no need for that, man.
Go look in the mirror.
I was speaking and he just cut me off, bro. I was asking him a question, he cut me off.
Let him say
Everything that I say, he thinks that
This guy apologized.
I don't know, man. I don't know what this is about.
Look, if it's about the money, fam, I work, I do Uber. Yeah? I do Uber. Fam, I do Uber. Some people see me and go, yo, fam, you know got some people that follow my stuff, yeah? I pick some of them up. They ring me. I go, yeah. How you doing? How come you doing this with Uber? I say, why? What's wrong with Uber? Yeah, because you know YouTuber for you know. I say, what the hell are you talking about, brother? You don't know what life is about. You get it? I'm doing Uber, man. If you guys, this is what I'm saying. Just because you think like certain ways, don't think that everybody's like you, man. If I'm doing something, look, let me tell you something. Either you're right or either you're wrong. Either
Right
you're
about what?
You're exactly right about
Right
my
about
niche.
what?
I'm doing, look, either you're
That
right.
you're
I'm doing it for
opportunist?
me. Yes, I'm an opportunist. I'm being
So you're not,
I've
you
got bad
did
intentions.
you not take the opportunity
It's
of
either
Cadet steps
that,
without
either
doing
that.
due and thorough
You're
research or
psychologically
contacting the family?
disturbed. If you believe that you're
Did you not? Bro, this is a fair question now, yeah? Did you not take that opportunity?
If I-
Brother,
Yes.
see, this is the thing.
Yes.
Can I ask the question?
If I did
Can I
that-
ask the question?
if
Don't
I did
run.
that-
Let me ask the question, brother, please. Right? Did you not take the opportunity, yeah, of a brother dying, yeah, to one, make a video, yeah, two, raise money and awareness of your existing charity? It's not your charity. Salam is not your charity. It's a business.
I didn't raise for Salah.
So who did you raise
It's
for?
not business. It's
Hold
not
on.
organisation.
So your GoFundMe that's there, is it the same GoFundMe that's on all the rest of your videos?
No.
So that was a totally fresh, new.
Listen,
Bro.
we work with Human Relief Foundation, who's been established for about 40 to 50 years or more than that. They established, did you
So human road.
Does he
I'm
wait,
saying, are you answering the question, bro?
One second, are you
Yeah, I'm saying, was that a specific
this is interesting. Does he
charity
think
or
that I was
GoFundMe
raising
for
Salah?
the brother?
Yeah, that's what Kalam saying. You lot are doing on 6 figures. That's the thing.
One
So,
second, let me get it, let me get it.
7 figures.
One
So
second.
all the money's going back into Salam.
One
as
second,
well.
one second,
So,
one second.
yeah.
Do you Are you kidding me? You man's think that I was raising for Salah.
Yeah, but that's why you have to clarify it.
Is this the issue?
But you have to clarify.
Who was you raising for, bro? Who was you raising for?
I told you.
Yeah, well, that's
one person
listen,
might not-
Kalan thinks he's smart. He's gone on company's house. He's looked at your last year's filed accounts because it hasn't because this year's was come April. Yeah, and it,
I cannot believe this.
No,
I
but
didn't know
I
this.
told you it's what someone was saying that to me. You have to clarify this.
Man had it in the
Maybe they're not
background.
raising for Salam.
Yeah, maybe they are.
Man had it in the background.
Can we show the thumbnail for this thing? One second. Just show the thumbnail for this thing. And because you're so amazed that people think you're raising for Salam.
Look, I cannot believe these guys believe I'm using Cadet.
You got to be careful. You got to hold tightly.
But that's the whole thing.
Sorry, fam.
Don't worry. Let's show us now.
I cannot believe it.
You're safe, fam. You're safe, fam.
Bro, you know what this is for? You know I told you can come with us. Ghana. Bro, you really believe I'm going to
What is that link for?
This is, we raised 55 grand for Ghana with their 11 wells.
Yeah.
We're going back
We know
video
this.
footage.
So that makes up with Salam.
that's 11
That
wells,
makes up with...
Bro,
11 times
11 wells,
500,
55 grand, yeah? Bro, we're going back to build, there's a little village that doesn't have a
Sorry,
school,
fam.
have a mosque, have a playground, have a water well. We've got video footage, you're going to see Ramadan in a Ramadan campaign. This is what we're raising for, yeah? That's what we're raising, look, Justin. This is where the money went. Who the hell said Salam? Look, and it was on about...
You know in this video you have the big Salam thing behind you. Can you understand why there's a misunderstanding? If you show the thumbnail of the video, brother.
Come on, people with this is the house.
Hold on. Bro, you're sitting right in front of the thing raising your hand.
What if it's coming like that? It's come across like that.
I didn't assume that.
Secondly, this charity
for some people you need to
brother, listen. Secondly,
give me one
this
second.
charity is not set up specifically for the cause that we're talking about. Isn't it? So that was the actual point.
Yeah, we have Islamic conditions.
Not Salam, not none of
remember
that.
I said that.
Are you listening? That was the exact
I
point.
said that. I said if
You have an existing charity already.
Bro, I cannot believe you're telling me that they thought
Bro, I can't believe you like
Brothers, can I ask you a question? Yeah? If you're my brother, you tell me. Having Salam in the background, does it give the vibe off to, not as Muslims, as non-Muslims, he's raising for Salam?
It could.
Okay, I'm going to do a public apology. One second, I'm going to do a public apology. 100%. I want people to forgive me if it came across in any way, shape or form that I was raising for Salam, our own organization. Please forgive me because I swear to God, if I just found out now that people are saying that I'm raising funds for Salam.
I said 7 figures, brother.
The link is there, I've never changed it. But if you're talking about the background, even that, no problem. The brothers gave me the honest feedback that it might come across like that. Forgive me that it came across like that. I swear to God, my pure intentions was, he's passed away. If I was in this position, I would want somebody to, as soon as possible, do something for me because I need it. I swear to God, even the hashtags, I did it, I regret because it sounds like I'm trying to say he's in hellfire, I'm trying to say, forgive me. That was it. If it came across in any other way, I apologize for the background, and I apologize for the hashtag. Yeah? Other than that, fam, water well, look, I'm telling you when we go.
Now the only other point now,
and you will see it for
the only
yourself.
other point now, Ali, is this, is that the charity was an existing charity. You've clarified everything else, and I think you've done well. Yeah. The other thing is that the charity is an existing charity, and not one dedicated to him specifically. And if you already got wells, you didn't need the extra money to go and do a well for him. You could dedicate it. You got money for wells, right?
No. We're trying to raise 55 grand.
You've not got 55 yet.
No. This is just partial. What was raised was 2 grand.
Okay.
The water well is 5 grand.
Okay.
It's electronically pumped.
Cool. So what I'm saying is, have you got any other money for wells yet, apart from?
No. This one is not wells. We're doing a village, a school,
a mosque,
a playground,
and a well.
Okay. So his name will
go
into
on the
one
well.
of those, but
did you have money? Bro, you had 2 grand.
We raised 12 grand before that.
So that 12 grand, you've got what was you going to use that for the well?
No. We need to raise 55 grand to do the whole project.
So you're doing it all in one go?
Yes.
Okay. So right about now you got well money though. At least you got well covered.
Right now we
got well covered because well with 5 grand.
Yeah,
well and playground covered. So I'm saying part of that well money now is the money that you raised off the back of this appeal.
About 1.5 grand.
Okay, cool. So what I'm saying is maybe it could have been done separately, or you could have used the money, like my man said, raised the money itself, then then said, I'm dedicating this to Cadet, yeah? But I appreciate what, yeah, cool. That's it, man. I've got no argument.
When the funds are raised, we will decide and say, should we put his name on the school, the mosque, the playground, or the water? Cool. Yeah? Okay? It's as simple as that. But from our background, from what we're doing Islamically, the funds has to go to the places that you mentioned. It can't go anywhere else. You get it? That's it.
Yeah, it couldn't go.
And all I'm asking for, listen. All I'm asking for is assume the best. I have done nothing. I'm telling you, I've done nothing ever to you. Ever in my life. I don't. This is why I'm trying to understand where your hate is.
Bro,
coming.
like, you keep, like, this is the thing,
this
you keep exploding it to the level of hate, yeah? I assure you, yeah? I don't hate you, yeah? I'm telling you, yeah?
Tell me, what have I done to you?
Like, bro, I'm telling you, my interaction with you and your deeds, you've come across as being somebody that is dishonest, somebody that's quick to use the camera to manipulate the situation. Do you remember when you went from from OSKKK to this guy to that guy, making up a video about this and that with pure lies?
No, not lies.
It was lies, bro. It was lies, bro. Like, let's not play silly games.
Let's not go there.
You don't want to go there.
Even someone in the G-Shop walked out because of your behavior.
No, it was lies.
Forget that, man. Forget about this.
Your boy speaks on you.
Don't be upset because you treated me in an ill
boy
manner.
speaks on
Your
you.
own brethren had a problem.
And he wonders. Like, well, this is the dishonesty.
Your boy lied.
He asked you a question. He feels that you have ill feelings towards him.
No, Raven, I went there. I was going to. He
said hate,
came and said, I didn't know why everybody give a clap. From the get-go, you think I'm there for the faith. From the get-go, you believe that.
Forget the part where you said to somebody, no matter what happens, yeah, keep rolling. Before you approach you forget that part.
Was that established?
Yeah. With OSKKK, yeah, the guy that thinks it's alright to call people niggers. Yeah, I'm your boy. Saeed El. Where is he? Yeah, with him, yeah. So you lot was in tandem, yeah. You lot was in tandem. He displayed dishonesty as well, yeah. He said he was kicked out of the circle. What?
Well, hear the story.
I don't even want to go into the story because we know what I've got. Like, he knows what I've got. So, like,
I was there. I was going to talk. You said everybody clap for Ali, and you told me. And even somebody, he felt disrespectful.
We broke it down, innit? I don't want to go.
He gave you
I don't know. You know, it's cool because we're gonna go back and forth. We're gonna go back and forth. He's gonna chat nonsense. He's gonna chat nonsense.
The money not going to Salah.
Yeah, man.
And the execution was poor, but the intention was good.
Everything else is fine.
I don't believe they think it was going for Salah. You have to. You might as well say what's going on. Building a new house.
Now he's a joke down south.
Generally, as a strategy, you're going to have people that support you, yeah, and you're going to have people that have had bad interactions with you. Now, for the sake here of staying on the right side of all people, let's clarify from the get-go. Make it all transparent.
I went to respect I went to clarify. That's what I went, and I respect it. I just went. If I didn't, then you're right. You know why? You know why we need to clarify? When the Prophet ﷺ was walking with his wife.
Sophia, yeah.
Yes, and two of his companions saw it. He went to them and he said, "This is my wife." He said, "How can you doubt me?" He said, "Shaitan runs in your veins." So I know that. I know people. I know when they look at me and sometimes they see certain things.
Shaitan running in their veins.
And when they see
Shaitan in their veins.
How does he run in your veins?
Next man.
But anyways, thank you. If it's clarified.
Pause and everything. Pause.
I appreciate
I said Russian man in
Cool,
that
good.
coat. Is that a coat or a night robe? Russian man. I don't know what that is, man. It's like a cashmere coyote cat.
Watch out for the light, man.
When's it summertime, man?
Set a man up playing good chess on man, fam. Huh? I am disappointed still. I'm disappointed en masse, but that's it. Get me? I'm disappointed en masse. That's it. Like, nobody needs to propagate anything here, but if you take this thing step by step, even that this thing about, I don't know why you could hate for me, and like, I can't even bother. If you can't see what's being done.
Yeah, but you should articulate yourself when it happens, isn't it? When he asks you questions, that's when you can.
But like, to be honest, yeah, not about that subject, because we're gonna go talking about G Circle and you did this and you went on that channel and you went on that channel. That's long, man. This topic, yeah, is about that specific thing. Anything else you want to speak about, we can speak about any other time. You get me? But this specific thing, even it getting brought up, is a big deflection.
But his claim is that no matter what he does, because of the past woes, it's gonna.
I promise you, me personally, I couldn't tell you the last time I thought about Ali Dawa until last week. That's me personally. So I don't know if next man I got their vendetta me and Ali Dawa's not anything. We ain't got no big thing. You get me? Like, but if you ask me what I think of your character, I'm gonna give you the honest truth. I think you're opportunist. I don't actually see anything sincere from you. I think you're opportunist. It's the way it is. And you like to use people to manipulate. You like to roll out tokens. So, like, I see what you do.
Do you think opportunism is for his own personal gain?
That's debatable. That's debatable. He says he's not gaining from it. So I can't say that. If he did gain from it personally, it would, you know what I mean? It'd speak volumes, innit? But
could it be for Islamic awareness of opportunism?
It's still an opportunism, bro. Like, for you, that's a good thing, Islamic awareness. I see that he was trying to raise Islamic. I can see that, but you're using, like, for me, it's not my battle, bro. As long as the family and whatever is cool, the people I know are cool, whatever. And even if they weren't cool, I'm not sure what I could do except for be vocal. That's it. I'm not trying to put on Ali Dawa, we need to. It's not my fight like that. Do you know what I mean? But Ezra's my brother, and if I speak to Ezra and Ezra's not happy about certain things, then that's it. All he wanted was contact. All he wanted was explanation. All he wanted was to say, look, pay respect and verify what you're doing before you do it. Save the save hashtag and things like that, blah blah blah, and let us know where the money's going. You're not even being transparent with where the money's going. You're sitting in front of the salam thing, and then you're like, oh, what? You don't want to. And I'm saying, show the thumbnail. He skipped straight past the thumbnail. I said, show the thumbnail of the video. If you're so shocked why people think you're connected to Salam,
what's the thumbnail say?
He's sitting there in front of the Salam thing.
Oh,
what are you talking about?
I see what you mean. Oh,
get me? But see, within that little micro exchange, he reaffirms what I already suspect to be a devious nature. You understand? Where the truth is not paramount. Bro, he was on it, and I said, yeah, blah, blah, and he was like, shh. Even afterwards, I said, go back. Okay, let's go back. And I'll show, oh yeah, no. Let me just do a public apology. Oh, then you lot thought this. Come on, bro. If you saw me on the thumbnail of a video with, I don't know, LGBT behind me, would you think that I was representing that? Or something I'm saying is something relevant to, come on, bro. You've sat yourself and framed your camera.
Could be circumstantial. You agree?
Bro, he sat himself and framed himself. He's got a camera. You can take a video. You sat yourself on a table, desk, laptop, podcast style. You're addressing the camera, and your backdrop is a company logo. Come on, man. Let's not play these silly games.
What if like a homosexual's here, and we're having a debate, but it's a known homosexual.
Yeah.
And the people see it.
Yeah.
Would they think that we're supporting homosexuality?
I don't know, but that's different from a fucking company logo, bro. Come on, man. On your, this is your controlled, sterile. You had all the choice to have whatever you want in the backdrop. You know what, bro? Nah, back up. Like, let's move that, or let's move there. You got the Salam thing behind you. This is about a brother that died. It's got nothing to do with it. Separate charity. Like, we've got nothing to do with them. But it weren't that. Watch the video. Just look at it now.
It might have been error in his part, though. It might have been error in his part.
Yeah, it might have been, man. Might have been.
No, look, man,
might have been. All I'm saying is, yeah. All I'm saying is, I tell you what it is, yeah. For me, I suppose I got the same devious brain, so I can spot it. I think that's what it is. I can spot it, and they spot me, and they spot me, and they're like, "Rah, he knows my game." When they say you can't bullshit a bullshitter, yeah. Can't con a con man. You can't con anyone that like that. That's it. You can't steal from a thief, innit? He's on it. He knows. Zip your pockets. So I'm just saying. I'm not saying he's a thief, innit? I'm not saying I'm a thief. It's just a metaphor, just to say a certain, like, he's intelligent, innit? He's intelligent. I'm gonna put it down to intelligence. I've got a certain type of intelligence that he has. So he understands certain things. He's not dumb. He's not dumb, bro. Like, this is what we, and then all he has to do is, oh, I didn't know, oh, sorry, like, and roll it out like that.
So
but
you don't think a public? That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah, I think it was good. I think it was good.
You don't think a public apology takes guts, or do you think it was?
It takes guts if you mean it.
Okay, so it's
if you mean it. If it's a strategy, then it just takes intelligence to know that's the smart move to do. Politically, he's a politician. That's a smart move to do, bro. So the difference is me. I might know it's a smart move to do, but I ain't doing it. I ain't fucking sorry. You know, that's the difference. You know what I mean? But I still understand where he's coming from. And for me, I feel like I've seen on a few occasions, he just seems to be working brain rather than, like, there was a debate about the Quran, and he employed the same deflection tactic. My brother was simply saying in the Quran, it says something about the boys won't bleed in Jannah. Yeah? Won't bleed, yeah? I have to give it to him how it was said. Yeah? So then we're trying to unpack this, and then Ali Dar was running from it because he don't know. Simple. Simple, I don't know. He didn't want to do all of that. He started doing all this butt dancing around the subject. I'm trying to pin him down. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you. I'm saying, okay, you don't want to talk to me. All of a sudden, you don't want to chat to me. You lot ask him. You lot get the answer. He's not doing it. You know why? Because he started deflecting about respect, started reflecting about the brother that died, started deflecting about this and that. And we're saying, bro, that's not what we're discussing. Why are you bringing it up now? We're asking you about this this entrance in the Quran. So now someone's given it to me on Quran.com, and I'm now saying to all the Muslims that was around, because Ali Dawah was there, who reads Arabic? Silence. Can anyone read this? Look, this is a passage in the Quran. Can someone read it to me and confirm what this is saying? Silence. And Ali Dawah was disappeared. The minute it looked like there was a brother coming to engage with me and he's talking with me, he's saying you don't want to be on camera. I'm like, alright, cool. But can you read it for me? So he's going to come and read the thing. Ali Dawah's come over and said, no. Oh, wait, don't talk to him. So you're stopping the brother from reading Quran to me. Because it's not because I'm against your Ali Dawah show. Your ego's not really flourishing in our interactions like that. So you rather just stop everyone interacting with this brother because he's onto you about some money or some charity. Bro, allow it, bro. He's just a funny geezer, bro. He's not a genuine guy.
I think what it is, he has a larger-than-life personality, right? And when he's presenting certain topics like death and community and stuff like that, that will be a time when you want to kind of switch up the program. And I feel he has. If I was to talk to him again, I would say you want to review that. If you have your show, but when you're talking about someone who's died, that kind of like pop quiz personality kind of persona isn't the best way to deliver the information. That's why I'm saying.
Simple fact. A brother died. You didn't know his real name. You didn't know how he died. You didn't know what charities he had. You didn't contact his friends. You didn't contact his family. You went onto your platform. And I'm telling you that you're opportunist and everyone's around there like kicking dust like they can't see. How is that not a... Bro, if you fucking die and I start up a charity and I don't chat to Leon, I don't chat to no one, what are you talking about, bro? How are we even debating whether this is an opportunist move? Whether it be for Islamic awareness or his own financial gain or his own status, who cares? You can see that the genuine care weren't there. As soon as I find out someone's died and it makes me feel away, I'm going to be like, Raj, you know what? I can see the public outcry rare. Let me delve into this and see if I can make this a winner for all of us. Bro, I'm not even angry at you doing PR, you know? Do your PR, bro. People die every day. Do your PR. But you can't even admit that that's what it was. You're a low life.
That would have been
a low life, man.
That would have been a cool, unemotive tactic. Let's make everyone happy. Yeah, but can you understand from like coming from an emotive place, yeah? Thinking of, as a Muslim, thinking of akhirah, thinking of fire, thinking of the fact that our brother might be getting touched by that.
Have you ever done that for someone?
Have I ever done that?
Yeah.
No, because I don't have the platform.
Have you ever done it for someone that you don't know?
I've never done it because I don't have the platform.
Any of my Muslim brothers, have you ever started up a charity for someone that you don't know that died, another Muslim?
I've never started one, but I've given to one.
Given to one. Based on the fact that by the family has started it, right?
Possibly. Like the message started it. It's something legit though.
It's something legit. Yeah. Not just from someone random that you don't know, no one's connected. That's what I'm saying. What motivates you to do that? If it's not like what will motivate you to go and boom, set up the camera, bro. Like let's roll. It was probably Saeed that filmed it. Yeah, the racist guy that's here somewhere. That's calling my nigger. It's probably Saeed. I'm gonna ask him point blank. Ali Dawah, did Saeed film it? That's another disrespect. Yeah, you got racists filming this thing. All right, but whatever. You filmed it. You sat. You had your desk. Yeah, and you said, right, I'm gonna make an appeal. I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna make an appeal to raise money, and you thought about it and you done it. At no point in time between you hearing the brother died, to you having this idea, to you setting up your equipment, to you going in front of the camera, to you think, let me try and contact one of his families. Let me try and find out his name. Let me find out how he died. You're not listening to it. Bro, the brother was making an appeal for a guy, he didn't even know how he died. Come on, bro. Why are we even arguing this?
I'm saying in the defense of the brother.
How could you do that?
Not every day does a celebrity die, and there's not like even me till now. Even as a Muslim, even after seeing the brother's cousin, I still don't have any numbers or links to the family where I can contact the Marj. I would love to contact the Marj and set up something, but I don't have that access. And I think Ali Dawah as well, not being from the ends or being from our culture, probably even felt even more further ostracized and not being.
Hence the why you should tread even more carefully. Because you're now already aware that this ain't even your section. This ain't even strictly all your community. You're in like the middle land of, okay, he's a black Muslim and, you know, but he done some music or whatever, and you're in this place, you're thinking, you know, what's the best strategy so I don't step on no toes? Because my thing is, I want to do the best for this guy, yeah? So I need to make sure that my steps, me personally, I've been involved in charity, bro. Like, and get me, and I still do charity. Like, and looking at how all of this runs, I don't think I'm ever gonna openly talk about charity or try to because it's like, bro, it's not that, bro. Bro, what motivated you to go in front of a camera and plead for money for a brother that you don't even know how he died? Come on, man, someone make sense. What?
I mean, look, the brother's quite clear and he takes the opinion that any Muslim can give and donate Sadaqah Jari on behalf of another Muslim.
Was he talking about gangs? Am I wrong? No, he might have gone. I think I heard, did he mention gangs or something?
To be honest, I never even watched the video where...
I watched it.
Oh, yes, check out. Yes,
That's up. No, I watched it. It wasn't a good video. It wasn't a good video.
I've got the gist of it still.
Aside from the charity stuff, again, I need some charity in this thing because from my eyes and the principle, I don't have no problem with the principle of wait him.
The Sadaqah.
Yeah. But what I understand is that it's meant to be contributing to the person who's already proved, like things that they set up or things that they do.
Yeah, that's a misnomer. That's a misnomer still.
Okay. All right.
No, I'm not saying.
That's my understanding.
No, it can be done if the person has like an ongoing charity towards like an orphanage or a school or whatever ongoing project. Then yeah, you can do that, provided that's it. But it doesn't have to be that. Also, as well, yeah, I know. For example, like if someone was, if he was giving charity to, let's say, Mary Curie for cancer or whatever, yeah, that might not be deemed as a Sadaqah Jariyah because there's no apparent continuous benefit of it, if that makes any sense. Like water, someone's always going to benefit from drinking water. School, someone's always going to benefit from books and education. Whereas Mary Curie, don't really know, is it going to pay the salary of or is it paying for research, that sort of thing.
But I think just from somebody who has seen the video, and it's not up no more. So hey, it's not something that
put your contenders on the table so you know what you're talking about.
No, you know what? Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But because
I think the main thing was the Save Cadet.
Yeah, that whole vibe and the narrative that
so there was a
Save Cadet.
Yeah. Now. So I told man about that. That's one of the things. Right. I think I told man about that. The thing is, I got the brother's number even when I could see man in the lives. Yeah. And people say give it the number. I didn't want to give the number because I wanted the brother himself to come through. But all that time I was in the back saying to the brother, look, you flopped. The intention was good, but the execution was poor. And it was culturally insensitive as well.
Yeah, very. Because I think what it was for me is, like I said, this was like the man died on Saturday, and I think it was Monday that I saw this video. But I think because I heard about it because of what Kalam did. So I've actually paused Kalam's live to go on to find this video to see what is he vexed about. Because you know you have to see things for yourself, right?
That's another thing, though. Was Kalam 100% legit in his contention?
Forget them questions. Does Ali Dawa know Cadet's Muslim name? Does Ali Dawa know Cadet's Muslim name?
I don't know Cadet's Muslim name.
Exactly.
I know
exactly.
I know the school with him. I know the name.
1711. You want to raise something Islamically? Oh, the brother's soul. The brother's soul. I would have said, you know what? I want to find out man's.
But I know, man. But listen, Jedi. Man knows his English name. His mother
knows his English name.
His mother give it. Yeah. But why?
Man knows his English name.
I'm not going to question the fact of the matter.
Man knows his English name.
As much as
that would have been something I would have tried to find out. You know what? Let me wait a day. One second. Let me wait 2 days, 3 days. Let me wait a week. Yeah. Let me do as much research as I can. Yeah. As much. Yeah. Listen. Let me wait a week. Let me do as much research as I can. Let me find out his Islamic, his family, boom, 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 and then let me present it out nice.
I got it.
No rush. What's the rush thing? The rush. You know what the rush is for? Yeah, while it's still in the public consciousness, for the relevance. For the poignance.
I got the checkmate.
For the poignance.
Today, he's having what? He's having what? Today he's having what? 9-9. So how is he a Muslim?
Wait. How's he having a night?
How is he a Muslim?
Has he been buried? Has he been
Game
buried?
over. How is he a Muslim?
Has he been buried?
No, I don't.
Wait, but his cousin's burying him as a Muslim. So,
Bro.
Yeah, no, but
Nine,
bro.
nine.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
Nine,
no, bro,
nine.
but we know.
Wait.
That's what I'm saying. No. To be fair,
Come on.
I know Muslims.
But that's a cultural thing.
Yeah.
It happens.
I
Because the thing is, I didn't even know what was
I had a
going on.
brethren who
But when
just
you asked me
converted,
what's happened
and it
tonight,
took 3 days.
I just know
No
what
more.
he's talking about. I didn't even know what's going on. It's a cultural
Bruv.
thing.
The wake is what is that?
All I'm saying is,
That being said, keep the conversation on Ali Dawa and keep it off the bereaved and the dead and all of them people. All of that's no one's information. Yeah? That's no one's information. That's not.
Listen.
Deal with this thing. You didn't even do your due research to find out about the brother. That's it.
That's why I don't want to go down the Kalam route because I understand that Kalam lives in the ends, and in the ends it was a situation. Right? So there's a connection there, and I don't know how.
What, someone hollered at Kalam and Kalam?
No. What I'm saying is, I know that the ends is very tight knit in it. So I don't know enough to question that, and I'm not even going to question it. I think it's a side issue. Yeah. Like in the sense that if I'm going to question, as much as I'm going to question Kalam's motives, I'm going to question Ali Dawa's motives. And you see what I'm saying? So if we're not doing that, then I'm not going down the other route. So and I'm not even questioning nobody's motives at the moment. What I'm saying is that just because you asked about the video in it, so I'm saying that what I saw on the video, that the major thing for me was outside of the charity thing. I didn't even know all about the charity, like what it was dealing with before. It was more just that the narrative that was going through it. Just what I'm saying. If man prayed and said, you know what, and like even if I just said, you know what, as Muslims, you know, we got challenges in this world, and our brother had his challenges. We don't know where he was at whatever point he died, but let's, as Muslims, we pray for the brother. And it's just what I'm saying, like that. I don't think anybody would have no problems, bro. I don't think anybody would have any problems if the brother said, you know what, I've done some research and I found out that he used to donate to this. So I'm going to encourage all of us to donate to this because that's what the brother used to donate to. I don't think anybody would have no problems. Just what I'm saying. But all the other stuff about, man, you know, don't do this, and the people that we hang around and they drag us down and take us off our deen, and like there was a lot of stuff, bro.
That's why
there was a lot of stuff.
I don't even know about that.
So
that's the stuff I said to him was culturally insensitive.
Yeah,
I said that to him, but
I thought. But what he found out to me was, as far as this guy is concerned, this guy's going to hell. To hellfire. No. That's what it sounds like, fam.
That's where the miscommunication is, though, isn't it?
I'm saying, no, but you ain't seen the video. What I'm saying is, that is the narrative. Yeah, that's the impression that I got.
Did he say? Did he ever say in any certain words, the brother's going to hell, and I'm going to save him from it?
Here I'm saying.
That's what man saying.
I can't remember the video verbatim. I only saw it once. Yeah. What I'm saying is, when I walked away from the video, when I watched it, yeah, and I'm talking like, man didn't take. Notice, yeah, man didn't say I took Kalam's word for it. You know, man went and watched the video, right? And I'm saying that when you see Save Cadet now. You know what I'm saying? And the kind of things there. And the narrative that was running through was this brother died, and you know what I mean, I've had my challenges in life, and you get what I'm saying? Like, you have to stay on this, and people in the world, they drag you out of rare.
So
and you know what I'm saying? It didn't look good, fam. You know what I'm saying? So if I
accept that though.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I would accept.
And that public apology.
Right. Fine. And I would accept, yeah, that if I see the video again and like the impression I got of it was incorrect, I would accept that. Totally. I'm just saying that I got that impression and enough next man got the same impression from the thing in it. That's what I'm saying. So it's not even like I'm not on no thing, fam. Like, it's like I just knew that it was, to me, when I watched it, it felt wrong. It felt wrong on so many levels, yeah. It felt so many, and I don't know Cadet. I don't, you know what I'm saying, like, but just on levels of just wrong. Just what I'm saying, like, just on levels of principle that I don't do this, fam. This is wrong. That's all I felt. Yeah.
Would it help perception, yeah, if a survey was done amongst Muslims, to see how many of the Muslims who watched that video or caught whiff of that narrative, felt the same way? I really think, it's a deen and culture. That's what it is. Yeah.
And I can appreciate that. And fam, I've learned about this thing from since this concept here, and a lot of men have learned. So one thing that we know has come out of this is that a lot of men have done some research about this thing and trying to find out what it is. And to be fair, I've heard different stories from Muslims about exactly what the protocol is, what the principle is. You know what I'm saying? Certain men say, well, yeah, you can do it whatever. Certain men say, well, you know, it's not just whatever. It's got to be in this way and that way, and there's ways to do things in it. You know what I'm saying? Now, obviously, like, as non-Muslims, we're going to take you know, people are going to do their own research and they're going to learn from whatever.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I just think it's positive that man's learned something new. But I didn't know about this concept before. I didn't know about it. You know what I'm saying? So that's good, isn't it? We can learn something.
Even me, like I was saying to the brothers, even me, I believe in the concept of Sadaqah Jariyah. But when the thing happened, I was asking people, what is the dalil? Like, what is the Islamic evidence that an unrelated Muslim can do Sadaqah Jariyah and donate that deed to another unrelated Muslim? Right? Because the only Sadaqah Jariyah that I know that can be done is by the person himself, or a righteous son or a father doing like maybe relieving debt on behalf of his family, or if someone promised to do a fast and they died and he couldn't, then the next of kin can do it. Yeah, but as for an unrelated person, I don't have any proof to say that they can do so. So even the concept of it, Islamically speaking, there's a different opinion. But I can't make what they call inkar. I can't condemn Ali Dawah for his school of thought in this. Yeah, he felt this is a viable deed that we could do. Now, yes, that Save Cadet stuff, was very insensitive, and I don't think even if you speak to the brother, I don't think even he realised the image he was putting out.
I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to be fair. I'm trying to figure out another way to interpret it. So if I, because all of this stuff is about the person's soul in the hereafter. And so he's saying to save man, and it's like save his soul in the hereafter. Like, what is he saving his soul from? I don't know if Muslims believe in purgatory.
No. But that's a general statement as well.
But even the save now, he's taking it. He said he's going to take it down.
No. But I'm saying, I think that's a fair question though. That's what I'm saying. That. So if I'm saying save his soul, and this Sadaqah Jariyah thing is supposed to be about man's soul in the hereafter, it's supposed to be continuing his good deeds after man's gone in it, so to make sure that he goes to Jannah.
Right. So it's supposed to distance you from your evil deeds. Right. The Sadaqah is supposed to distance you from the evil deeds, and then say that a Sadaqah, is it Sadaqah or Zakat? One of the forms of charity can distance yourself 70 years from the hellfire. Right. So it's more so being prudent than actually saying the person's there, because we don't know the position. Even without the Sadaqah, Allah could just like say man's going to Jannah.
That's why I say the narrative that went through the video, because he's making reference to his career, and you know what I'm saying, trials and tribulations in life, that will take one away from piety in that respect. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying that to me, I don't think the conclusion that people came through watching it, I don't think it's unfair. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's unfair. Now, like I said, if I watch it again and I can see a different way, I will accept that. I don't think I'm going to, but I'm a good listener, right? But I'll accept that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I just feel like, and as well, because it's not like Cadet was loved, innit? Like he's a music artist, and among the man them, like I got youth that I teach that listen to my music. They're moved. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's like when Michael Jackson passed, fam. Like man was moved. I don't know Michael Jackson personally, fam. But man was hurt. My whole household was up the whole night watching this. Like yo, fam, like Michael Jackson, you get me? Like it's real talk, fam. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when and you know how these things go, family. So I'm not even trying to like. I don't like the levels of controversy that have even come up around the brother's name at this point in time, especially because his family. I don't want his family to be watching all this stuff on you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's the thing, innit? That's where the cultural insensitivity comes. But okay.
But I'm saying even in our conversations, we have to be mindful of the fact that the family is still, you know what I'm saying? Like we say, nights and night. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So we have to be mindful of how we're even discussing it live on camera. It's just what I'm saying, like it's all that kind of things there. But as well, when there's insensitivity, you know, people will talk about it, whatever. But I get it, but you know what I'm saying?
Personally, like I said, look, like for me, if I was gonna do a charity thing, it would have been away from the mic, and it would have been with the approval of the family. But obviously, what's happened has happened. No, but I'm just look. It seems like people. I don't know. I'm just trying to present the side, and try and just show man that it wasn't a bad mind thing. And I think if man can even look past it, it was. Look.
Now, you know what?
Ali Dawah was concerned with the brothers hereafter. For me, that's the most important. Done all of this. What's going to happen to me when I pass? For me, it's the most important thing. So if someone's saying they're dedicating a charity to alleviate my soul from whatever trial that I might be facing in the future because of my shortcomings as a human being, and we all have shortcomings as a human being, I can't fault that. And I would, anyone that's from my family and friends, that had an issue with that, I'm looking to I beg you, allow it.
Man, I hear you. I just think that not everybody has that as much faith in Ali Lawa's intentions like that. That's what it
boils down to.
Right, that's where I see the difference lying. You know what I'm saying in that respect. Now, outside of that, like I don't think if people didn't have personal whatevers, I don't think people would have been different on the issue. But like I said, I watched the video, and I've never spoken to my man, innit? I don't have no personal issues with my man, and I just thought it was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, not to say that I've seen things that previously that I've, like you said, that I thought was wrong, but I'm saying outside of that, yeah, I just felt like this thing was just, it was wrong. That's how I felt, yeah. But I'm saying that what your concern is like people understanding that his intentions weren't necessarily correct. Not everybody's that passionate about proving that man's intentions weren't that. Yeah. Just what I'm saying, that's what it is, isn't it? You get me? And certain man just feel like his intentions are actually whatever. I'm not even I don't know about his business or his charity. I don't know nothing about it. I haven't even watched that video that was done about that. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no.
Are you look? We can't see you. You're too black.
For real, I know.
Hey, what? Repeating them Becca lines, yeah? Repeating them Becca lines.
I need a more melanin still. That's what I'm saying. You get me? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Becca, leave it. Leave it. Hey,
listen.
Don't say the obvious. You're gonna offend someone.
Disappears after sunset still.
Yeah, that's all it is to me, fam. I just thought it was incorrect. Yeah.
Call us anyway.
Yeah, we definitely should leave it here.
I don't. Yeah.
And what Ali Dawa was saying about me personally hating him and that, it really weren't that, because if I personally hated him, I'd be all up in his business, on him, seeing what he does from place to place. At time when he pops up, I might comment on it, you get me? I do have a view of him, but my view of him can always change. I'm happy that he apologised or whatever on camera. I still got the view that he's not a genuine brother, but that's just a personal view.
But you can be convinced otherwise, isn't it? If you
I mean, you know what I mean?
The funny thing is,
Jedi, stop bullying.
There have been enough man here that I'm not even Muslim that have been defending man's integrity.
Yeah.
It's not even like everyone's on him like that, innit? Just what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Certain man don't feel him, innit?
Yeah,
Some man feel like he's on a certain team.
Yeah.
I mean, that's that. I feel like if you take it in the balance, you know what I'm saying? People are actually trying to be balanced. So I'm saying about the thing, innit?
Yeah.
People got different opinions.
Yeah, of course.
In terms of
like even on it, I'm trying to be like, bro, this ain't my claim, innit? It's just what I've seen and what I've been told. And to be honest, from the person that told it to me, it's important that man is here speaking that truth as well, like that perspective. Like if man came and basically tried to flip it, and I don't like that. If you're talking about the scenario, you're now trying to say that anybody that looked at it in a certain way is only coming from their own biased opinion. And I'm like, bro,
against my man.
Yeah, and I'm saying, bro, no, don't do that, bro, because it really ain't that, you get me? Because other people that don't have a vested kind of thing, just looking at it from a dilemma kind of point of view, it was like, wow, my man should have handled it a little bit better. Do you know what I mean? Who can say anything if the family's saying that they're all good with it? Who can say anything?
But you know
no
what?
one.
The thing is as well, the family's not everyone in the family is going to be good with it, as we say. One side of the family is saying they're cool with it, another side saying they're not. So it would just be culturally sensitive to just get approval of all the family.
That's the thing.
No, they didn't see the video. I had to explain to man, the main points of it.
Like I said, to me, there were just some shaky things in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. I'm thinking if my brother passed, if somebody else in my community did that video about my brother, I'd have been vexed. Yeah, not to say that, not if they didn't know him, you know what I'm saying, and were making a judgment based upon, you know what I'm saying, if they knew him and were saying these things based on what they know, I wouldn't have a problem. But I'm saying if somebody like that didn't know my brother and was saying this, I don't care if we have the same spiritual whatever. I don't care. I'm vexed.
Put it this way. It's this deep. Yeah. This is why I say, even though he can prove me wrong in different places, all I know from my personal judgment, if you're out on camera using your platform to raise money and you use the name of the deceased or a specific deceased, and you didn't know them, you didn't contact the family, you don't know how they died, you don't know their name, I would say I'm entitled to say that you are being opportunistic and do not have true concern for the individual, like you expressed in the video. Like you did that, sorry, I just get so upset, and you did all of that at the time when you didn't even know how man died. Is that a fair thing to say, fam? That's bookie. No, that ain't bookie.
No. I think it's fair.
You know anybody that raises money and don't know how somebody dies? or don't know their name. Come on, man. Just take a little time. Just take your time, find out the information you need, and then you find people. Because remember, you didn't do this behind closed doors. You didn't hit the road. You went on the camera and done it.
Because of that, is it because of the
Because you went on the camera and done it and made it a campaign and tried to make it a hashtag. Yeah. Save Cadet now. That's disrespectful, man.
It definitely
you get me, yeah? And that's all that people had a problem with. People, how you think anyone's got a problem with you raising money for someone or doing something a good deed? No one's got no problem with
man
that.
saying he was going to pocket the money though. That was
Maybe that's one person's argument. That's not everyone's argument. You get me? That's not everyone's argument, bro. So I can't defend that. I can't defend that. Like, do you know what I mean? Obviously, the thing about the charities and that was brought up. That's a whole different room in the house.
I think it's just, for me, I think, part of the big backlash. And
Hair's looking fly, by the way, my brother, still. Oh, hair's looking fly, my brother. Say that. Big up the missus. Hey, we got the missus still. Hooked a brother up, you get me? Nice, go on.
Yeah, so I think it's just a long line of events here that was being involved in that I've probably seen people not necessarily run to, but perceive his actions to be ill-conceived because of because of his involvement in that situation with the gang circle. I think even me, I had to tell the brother when he went to Ghana. I said to him, like, come on, bro, like, I'm from Ghana, man, and you sit in front of people acting like man ain't got come on, bro. I don't know nowhere in Ghana where man don't have water, but it may be I don't know the whole of Ghana. I might be ignorant. I might be ignorant, but no one's ever told me anyone needed water. But if he's saying they need water and he's raised the money and he's got the pictures and he's got the evidence, then
water, a mosque and a playground.
I'm saying.
And they all have to be built the same. So until they got the money for the mosque, ain't no well getting built. Until they got the money for the playground, ain't no mosque being built. So once they get the £55,000 with the £5,000 electric wells. And the state-of-the-art mosque and the playground, we're good to go. Get me? And that's it. But if I'm in Ghana and I'm thirsty and I see an electric well, I'm drinking from that bitch. Get me? Congratulations. Get me? And if I look on it and it's got a name of a brother, I'm gonna say, oh yeah, mashallah, good deed. Get me? That's it. Man ain't hating on that, bro. Man, there's no hatred. I think he's just confusing the fact that, bro, like, I don't need to like you, bro. But you know what I mean?
Also, as well,
I don't
the
need
fact
to
that
like
he's a public figure means he's under fire from loads of people.
You're not. Yeah, I hear you. But you use that public platform.
It's easy to be sensitive, though. If bare man are coming at man,
it's up to man. Like, I just feel like it's up to you, innit? Like, people did try to reach out to Ali Dawa, innit? And Ali Dawa was contacted, and Ali Dawa was in the studio, and he never.
He was doing what? The studio was in front of that same Salam sign that man was.
Yeah, exactly. Why he's so surprised people thought it was anything to do with Salam, even though he's sitting in front of the Salam. But that's a different thing, yeah. But man reached out to him. The cousin reached out to him. People let him know. The cousin want to chat to you. I said, yeah, when I'm at the studio, I'm gonna hit you up. Obviously, that conversation happened like the next day or whatever, and. You know, he said he's taking it down, and that's it. Obviously, to my understanding, it never got took down, but that is what it is. Like,
from my understanding, the video was supposed to be, or it was the thing was that the video should have been deleted.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah,
taken down.
Well, taken down, deleted. Like, it's not been none of them. It's still up.
No, it's
and visible.
Taking it down,
bro. I'll send you the link.
What, you can still see it now? Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know if today, but when he was saying it was all taken down, there was still, you can see, it's put on private, and that still could be seen. And plus, it's on YouTube. Yeah, plus it's on Instagram. Plus, it's on Facebook. So that's not the one source of the video.
People might have their personal issues with that, but I do think people are capable of separating.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Or looking beyond whatever to make a judgment about particular issues.
What would be nice if you did go into the whole Islamic understanding of whether you can a dead man can be redeemed, by someone else's sins.
I don't believe you can.
So this is
I don't believe you can.
I believe you can though.
Why? Based on what?
just on the basic charity, giving charity.
But what he's saying is
You have to be part of that charity, though, right?
Okay, so let Ibrahim. Upon what, like, from what basis?
Obviously, like giving charity on behalf of the dead. You know that was done. And Aisha asked if she can give on behalf of if she can do Hajj on behalf of her mother.
Okay,
and he responded yes. So that principle.
Alright, so this is
he might include it.
But as I understand, that's different. Like the Hajj thing.
No, I'm saying, but it's a general. It's like
so what it is. So what it is okay. So in Islamic jurisprudence, there's lots of different schools of thought.
Yes.
Now, I've kind of split myself into one school of jurisprudence, which only states that Quran and Sunnah, according to the apparent, is the only sources. Whereas
you don't do the Hadith.
No, the Quran and Sunnah includes the Hadith.
Right.
Now, the Jumhur, the majority of the scholars in the schools of thought, go with four ways of jurisprudence. So that's Quran, Sunnah, Qiyas, which is what he's using, or what the scholars are using, and Ijma. This is not Sunnah, Hadith. It's Qiyas. If you say it's an analogy, he's saying because there's a proof, saying that someone can make Hajj on behalf of their
charity. Sorry, it's charity. I just read it. It's charity.
Okay, so you've got someone making charity on behalf of their parent. Yeah. So that extends as anyone can make charity on behalf of somebody else. That's analytical. That's an analytical deduction, which leads to that. I don't believe that's an Islamic proof. I don't accept that as an Islamic proof. So that's where my difference is. If there's a direct hadith that says that a random man gave charity to a random dead man, and
what you're saying makes more sense because it's family. So it's kind of different.
That's why I'm saying
the family.
One thing we can say, because what I've seen is people genuinely try to understand the concept of this thing. This what I'm saying. I haven't seen nobody dismiss the thing. Like some people.
But also as well, let me just say, I'm not a knowledgeable, I'm not a scholar. This is my view.
I'm just asserting the fact that from the conversation that I've seen, people have genuinely tried to understand. Like they even said, but they say, like people are not necessarily Muslim, and they're not necessarily like, you know what I mean, whatever. But for the most part, what I've seen is people genuinely try to, you know what I'm saying, seek some understanding of what this thing actually means. Like, you know what I'm saying, and you know what I mean, like just to understand, you get me your perspective on the thing. I think I've seen it.
So that flesh and blood there.
So that's what I was saying as well. If from Ali Dawa's school of thought, it would have been better, even from his own standpoint, for the family to have undertaken that task. So
and he could have contributed to that. So that makes sense. But I've seen it happen at funerals. Like even outside of Islam, Mama used to contribute to so and so or whatever. We're gonna take a collection. That's gonna go to whatever. That happens all the time. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I've seen it happen. I don't think anybody would have a problem with it.
It's like. Imagine, I don't know, man. Like if one of us here pass, and then an outsider says, "Oh wow, what your friend passed? Yeah, cool, yeah." And it goes over there and says, "You know what? I'm dedicating this park bench to my man." Would it be better for the family to be involved in that? To say, "Look, I'm looking to dedicate this park bench to my man," before you go out there and publicly ask for money to build the bench. It's just that simple thing of just standard, you know,
He was part of a community as
well,
of artists.
Okay,
and the artists are tight-knit. It's like, and the artists do charity. Like, it's like the grab aid thing is a thing.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. And that man was a part of it. Okay. So it's like, I don't know. Well, my point is that there were so many avenues.
There's avenues.
There's a lot.
Also, you know, the thing, for me as well, you know, there's the hadith that when a man dies, his actions stop except for three. Sadaqatan jariyah, so
that's what the full London.
So, but his actions.
He has to have perpetuated it.
Yeah. So when a man dies, all of his actions cease. So that goes back to him. So the sadaqah jariyah, his sadaqah jariyah, or his son,
negating his family doing sadaqah muqafa.
No, I'm saying.
So, but is it or it's not?
No. I'm saying and I'm talking about his man. I'm talking about that school of thought. I'm saying even someone doing sadaqah jariyah on behalf of you, it could be said that the son is a sadaqah jariyah.
Well, you do so low.
If you taught your son and your son continues to teach,
or one aspect.
So that would be an aspect of sadaqah jariyah. But as for like, or if your son paid on behalf of you, it's from your action. I could see how someone could use that. But outside of that, What, the son's not a righteous action if you raise a righteous son?
Doesn't stretch like that. If you're talking about it,
Okay, colour. So let's take that.
I don't run with that anyway. That's what I'm saying.
So let's take that.
I'd say it falls under Sadaqah Jariyah.
Colour. What? Oh, what you said? Nah.
That's like, it falls, and the scholars agree with that as well.
Wait, but so how does that work? You're saying the son falls under Sadaqah Jariyah, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. There must be a specific delete, to say that. But I'm saying that's all conjecture right now.
The hadith.
What hadith? Yeah, but the hadith don't mention nothing about charity.
No, it does.
That ain't right, you're wrong.
Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, said to the Prophet ﷺ, my mother died suddenly and she did not leave a will. But I think that if she could have spoken, she would have given in charity. Will she have a reward if I give on charity on her behalf? The Prophet ﷺ said, yes.
Khalas, so that's a delete for that then. So if on behalf of a mother, so you have a So you have
I think from the principles of fiqh that they can get a general from
qiyas, innit? So you've got one.
Yeah, I'm saying, but qiyas, that's what I'm saying. You might accept that.
No,
the man can't negate that view. Yeah,
no.
I accept that as well.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
The Muslims accept that.
But that's what I'm saying. It's qiyas, innit?
Yeah. Most of the Muslims accept that.
Yeah,
so it's not like a mad rare thing for us.
No, I'm not saying that. The majority, that's how I said the jumhur, the majority accept it as qiyas, as dalil, innit? But as for me, I don't accept it. But that doesn't need qiyas anyway, because it's a sibling mother relationship. So what you can do that, Jedi Sadaqah, but does that mean you can do Hajj as well, or you could other things? But I know there's a delete for Hajj. There is a delete for Hajj, but it's like could you do jihad on behalf of somebody else?
Big funky festival.
That's not even. That's jihad is not even an obligation for them anyway.
Keep talking still. No, we're good still, man. I think that's good still.
Now we can see it.
I told you, I disappear after sunset, bro.
The shade on it.
What's the topics? What's
Is there any leaders out there?
Khalas, that's it, bro.
Okay, done.
Who are our role models?
What's the man down Fodio?
No, you should ask him. You should ask Ali Dawud to go and open a well in Kumasi.
Come on, bro. Sound joking.
You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna lie though, I don't drink tap water when I go to garden.
Of course you don't. You drink that water, you're looking typhoid, man. You're having a laugh. You have to laugh. That water's poisonous. Because I did that when I was young. You see, when I drank water when I was young, yeah, I got typhoid, yeah.
That's what I was arguing about.
Yeah. They have to drain me out because you don't know what's going to come through that water. And then a lot of people they go to the water, they put their mouth on it. All sorts. You understand? You have to be careful.
We say no. What's in Ghana or that journey in Africa? What's lacking in the market? I think that's really when it start tackling.
Do you know? In forms of business, right? There's a lot of stuff. Like even at the moment, I'm dealing with the tiger nuts, isn't it? Because you see in Ghana, they use it for the kids. They put it in that plastic bag, but they put sugar in it. But the good thing with the tiger nut, it's actually a nut that comes from the ground because it's actually a root. So you can actually get the full potential of what milk is and able to drink that out of the ground. And I take that to the States and they buy it in drones. They buy that all in drones. And we've got, in the thing about it, back home we've got many different things like that. You know what I mean? Like nuts, fruits and all that kind of stuff. You go to the north, you probably love north anyway. With the house. There's villages out there and it's easy to set up business because one of my people they've got a massive farm and they just produce shea butter and they just bring tons of shea butter in. Just looking at the smallest things but with the maximum profit. It's like even just normal beads. They love doing beads out there. You know what I mean? You might get the beads for like pennies over there. Come over here, they're telling you about a bead chain, they're telling you almost £80. Do you understand? So I'll just support. Yeah, natural resources. Because you know what it is? We dismiss the small little things that can make a magnitude over here. That's why just look at the path of palm oil. They tell you that it's a load of this and it's a load of that, but they use it for so many things over here you wouldn't even realise. I used to question it, and then I used to check like Golden Wonder crisps, Ritz crisps. How come they make it so golden? I've get potato. I've tried to fry it. It's never that golden unless I burn it. But then when I realised, when you start to read the packet, you realise that they used it for a lot of things, able to create the palm oil, create that golden colour. You know what I mean? And it's a big seller. If you see the amount of money that this country's made from palm oil, then you understand. Huh? We are from West Africa. And the thing is, yeah, they tried to take it. You see that they tried to take responsibility off us to have it. So what they did in Indonesia. But the problem is when they try to go in Indonesia, their whole land, all their land, because it can't grow there. It's a particular temperature and it feeds off the ground, so it destroys anything else around it. So, and these are issues. Because remember, when that pod drops, that's bare next trees. You know what I mean? The palm tree, it's a pod. It's like little round fruits. But as I said to you, you know what, to be honest, if you know what the market is and you study here and you know what people need over here and what they need over there, you're going to make money. Yeah. The farming is a big...
animals. My dad tell you the prices of change are expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember my dad used to say, he said that, you know, back then, an egg cost more than a loaf of bread. It shows, but you don't. Do you know what I mean?
Inflation is just.
Yeah, but this is the suppression that they're doing nowadays. Keep the wages at one stage, keep them increasing inflation. So you're never grasping to able to make that little change to create a business. Yep. And that came from all the companies and organisations that did slavery. They brought capitalism. But you know, but as I said, if I was you, just keep on, not just even stick to Ghana, just keep on going West Africa and other places. I'm telling you, you're going to see a niche, and it's so easy. It will just drop in your lap. Something that someone doesn't need. Like even the richest man in Nigeria, Dan Kotsi, he started from concrete. He knew that people were building houses, so all I had to do was supply concrete.
What is he out? Top 10. Top 10 in the world. He's the
richest in Africa. I'll put it that way. He's the richest in Africa. He's amongst the elite. That's why they even infiltrated him, because they got but it's a common little thing. Because when you think about it,
there's probably not even a tax market like that. Even though he's making money from it, anyone can probably still make it.
Yeah, of course. If you get the right place, you get the complete laughers. That's why I keep saying to you, people. Yeah, but any metal's gonna sell. Iron, copper.
That's why the Chinese are
yeah, we need to kick these motherfuckers out. That's the only reason why I like West Africa, you know. No one talks about that, but we don't tolerate that shit in West Africa. South Africa, when you're hearing that they're taking over police station, who's going to take over a police station in Ghana? Let's see what happens.
If you make it there, you won't make it out.
They ain't having that shit. You understand? You get every run now. Same with Nigeria, they built up a Chinatown. After about a few years now, the Nigerian man just said, get out of here. They took over Chinatown and started making Chinese food.
The thing is, they shouldn't be able to.
It's the government. Is too cheap. It's the government. It's the government. The real truth is, until a certain category of government goes, it's never going to change.
So what, does man have to infiltrate the military or something?
If it's going to happen, not even the military boys that have gone.
Maybe Rawlins was onto something.
You see when they've gone, what they call it? When you turn from military to being a the politician, but they something public, anyway. But once they've come out of that military, but the military guard is still there. That network of military is always still behind the scene. They've turned into a public servant. Until that old military is gone, then the doors will open. We need young presidents.
But are they not building the next generation to that's still being seeked?
Those are the ones that get sent over here. But if we are able to convince the ones that get sent over here, then there can be a change. Yeah, them ones in Oxford University. Come here, man. You're coming raving with me. Take all the pictures. Put it with all the
take all the pictures and trap them, yeah?
Trap them. If you follow your dad. Exactly. You have to put the English thing, because that's what they do. Because you know what it is? It's like even, I'll give you this, a couple of years back, the Vice President of Nigeria, Abu Bakr. My man was letting in pure dough, don't give him 10 mil for Siemens to come into the country.
None of that got reinvested into the market.
I went to his pocket. That was his 10 mil was in his pocket.
It's still right over themselves.
Do you understand? The real truth is that you have to know how to buy a politician. You either rent a politician or you buy a politician.
You know what's mad though? You know politicians in the West, they do the same things. But
yeah, of course.
But the thing is, the way legislation is these people get vetted as well.
Think about it like this.
Politician go to jail for that. It's rare, but you see man go to jail for that.
Yeah. But you see, like if I'm Marks and Spencer's, I'll say, you know what, I'm going to fund your campaign and your charities. Yeah? If I fund your campaign and your charities, behind those you've got to help me twist the policies for my interest. And of course, it's always,
as a lobby, yeah.
And that's how it's always been. But it's just that some people get used as a scapegoat, that's what we hear about it. But all of them are, because where are they getting money for campaign for? Do you understand? It's not the tax people's money. Because they're not in government.
Backhand deals here.
Of course. Think about it. If to do a TV advert, how much is that going to cost? That's dough. You got to have money. That's why when Trump did his thing, he had it on lock before he even started. My man had his own business. My man's got his own TV station. He's got his own media. You can't beat that. You know what I mean?
What do you say about
yeah, well, they all have. They're the most of them have. Well, they ain't going to study their own background. But even some of them don't even need to study because they come through military. They got their own degree.
This is part of the education indoctrination.
Yeah, you learn the English system. That's been taught from the Roman times. You take the firstborn of every child, take them to Rome, let them learn the Roman way, and then send them back. That's all it is. We come here, we learn the English way. You go back to your country with an English mindset. So it's easier for this country to approach that guy because he understands in that English mindset. So he's been bought. Where if he had his African mindset, he might be having conflict. You know? Well, it is. And that's why they knew Gaddafi before he even started. They knew how he played. They knew everything about him because he studied over here. Yes. Exactly. So when I'm asking you a favour, you can't tell me out of your own language. You tell me in the Latin language. Yeah. That was the biggest fall down. Yeah. We go against our own fathers. That's all it is. That's why this money and politics, they're the most lethalest things here. Because think about it like this. Back then, how can someone like Marks and Spencer's have a military? That's how the corporates were. All them corporates back then, it was a business. This is why I keep on telling people, stop using the religion, because it's not the religion itself. It's the issue is it's the elite with the corporate companies. The elite with the corporate companies would dictate because they have the army, they have the forces. Whether they're in Islam or Christianity, we can't blame that religion or the people because the people are just followers. Do you understand? You got to understand. If a war comes about, why is that war happening? What's that conflict about? Who's paying for that conflict? There is someone along the lines. So even if you're Islam or whatever, sometimes you might go to a rich man and say, you know what, I need a certain amount of money to fund this war. And the man says, okay, if I fund your war, what can you offer me? Happened in World War II. World War II, what do you call it? The Rothschilds. They pay the English government money to sort out their thing because they're the bankers.
Are you going straight? You'll never make another tune.
Yeah.
I went to one, but I was only once you got full album, she came to that mixed marriage. So my brand was working first. But my granddad, he was an option. But he went to so he didn't Big Daddy Kane. To Public Enemy or did it? I didn't. You know what I'm saying? But only minimal. The rulers of the world tomorrow. Just like Muhammad Ali, the interviews aside from the boxing, you know what I'm saying? And those are like someone to break them.
And this is what, and these are the, as I said to you, these are the conflicts that we're having because we're having the conflicts because of this or a certain amount of people that are on the top of their game, and we come with the religion, black, white, green, this one, because of they need that war force to happen so that we're not engaging. They don't want unification because they know unification is key. If we all decided to unify, who needs the government?
The education system is different.
Yeah,
they set it up for us. How to teach the kids.
Of course.
See, the olden days, when you used to go to school, to sit on the floor. There's a big issue about you sitting on the table, studying, or being natural, sitting on the floor and studying. Because your body, I was watching this expert.
All you have to do, in the education system, all you have to do is go to the quad trivial or trivial in the forms of the guilds. Understanding that you have 3 to 4 compulsory subjects for when you leave secondary school. Maths, yeah? English, meaning a language. You understand? You have to have a language. Science, and then either religion or music. But see that mold is what is able to create it in their forms of understanding, to understand their religion. In that mold is to understand them in their form of their religion. So once you can able to place that in systems, even in Africa, because in Africa right now, we use European systems.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. They make it up for us. They set it up
so that you're already molding yourself into their culture. Because if you said, okay, where does it talk about my African history? It can't be in that mold. It's if you want to learn African, then you have to go somewhere else to learn that. You understand? But then you can't blame them because it's their country. But for them to put it into an African country is another thing coming because that's not their culture. That's why things go wrong. Then no one understands the people. No one knows their forefathers. Because if we knew our history, then we know how to apply it within ourselves and understand our religion much more clearer. You understand? It's so vague because that's what they want them to. That's what they want us to do. War and fight and argue and destroy each other.
And the system was completely different. When we were kids, up to ages year 6,
yeah,
we used to use maths. As soon as you pass year 7,
yeah.
Algebra. I didn't know.
But I used to
know 1 plus 1.
But I bet you back then, they never taught you the history of algebra, no?
Never.
They just presented it to us.
No, they just presented it to us. They just presented it to us.
They just told you a formula and left it as that.
But it never got into my head. It took me 3 years. I didn't understand.
Yeah, but now when you check the history,
and then you come to me with A plus B equals H. What is that? I was confused. Look at that system. You fell 3 times from the year 1 to the time you got to uni. That's the time I was able to
I mean, word for word. Keep doing it. Not that young. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying, you say, you do method, and he can do all the slurs. You know, like method used to do. No, bro. And thing was with us. Psycho. Rampage. Yeah, Psycho. So Psycho. Give me a word. This mic, yeah, give me a word. The method. I've had another virgin who was the same like that with Big Daddy Kane. Yeah. So we would hire out in Tottenham from the park. We would hire out one studio, they would hire out the other one. And in our one, we had actual decks. We were trying to learn how to make it. We didn't know what we was doing. No guidance, whatever, but we were at least trying. Next door, man had cheerleaders, all sorts, but man was performing. Hey, no, it's that bitch. No, you go in there, you're like, yo, what about in there? You get me? They're like, yeah. But there was no Englishy kind of, yeah, we're going to actually do our own lyrics. Yeah, everyone was trying to get the name. Yeah, it was a lot. Yeah. They came out, and Demon Boys.
Why? Personally, I like history. Personally, I'm from a British background, but personally, I'm just trying to figure out something personal.
No. It's before that. Demon Boys.
I don't like to call myself. Sometimes they get,
but they're up in the UK as well. Mike J.
I probably they feel like people don't make it.
But they were in America, that's not civilian. Are they from London?
I'm more into black issues. Yeah. It's like, I was thinking all kinds of.
Oh yeah, I don't
That was a
stand in front, see where the mic is.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna look down on nothing. Look forward. And then explain about the dominant society that we was talking about.
Yeah, so for me, again, coming from personal experience, I went through the primary school system, the comprehensive school system, but I think the fact that my mother had her parents were from mixed class, so her mother was working class, but her father was public school educated. So I think she had aspirations because she admired her father for me to experience that. So even though I came from, my father was an agricultural worker initially, and we had went to comprehensive. They saved money so that we could, myself and my sister, go to public school. So I experienced that from the age of 15, 16 to 18. And I saw the culture, I experienced the culture, and I saw that the boys going through that culture were highly competitive, and I kind of was able to view it in a detached way because at the age of 15, 16, I got my own room. So I wasn't exposed to the dormitory system where, 6 to 8 boys would all be in one room together. The bond that created, but also I could see the competitivity that was absent in the comprehensive school that I was at. And then through study, just aware of that public school system created the old school tie system. But also I was aware that there were some students in that public school that were from Africa, and that they were from the ruling classes in Africa, and so that's where that. Yeah, to be competitive, but also to have those connections in England, which facilitated that exchange. Yeah.
What's the best way to take the change the way the system works? It can work better for the majority, right now it works for the minority, and less for the majority.
Yeah. So I've been involved in rainbow gatherings for quite some time. Before that, I was involved in going back to the land projects. I was working voluntarily on organic land projects. But then that took me to rainbow gatherings, which is all about getting back to nature and using talking stick so that everyone can speak within the community about how they feel or what they feel needs to be done within the community. And the rainbow gatherings have been responsible for the green movement, if you like. So green festivals in the UK. So there's Glastonbury, which everyone knows about, but subsequent to that, there are now 900, they say, small festivals up and down the UK, and I see them as in direct competition to the agricultural shows. So the agricultural shows are kind of yeah, so the agricultural shows are kind of the leftover, the hangover of what was a yeah. So okay, so the agricultural shows are like the leftover of what used to be a vibrant, dominant, aristocratic class. So, and they're not really all that popular. I mean, compared to festivals are very popular with young people, and there are 900 of them, they say, up and down the country now. So for me, there's this possibility for a paradigmatic exchange, because the festivals are talking about permaculture, they're talking about no-dig method, they're talking about alternative means of land usage, whereas the agricultural festivals are talking about ploughing up the land, digging up the land. They've got the old, you'll see dog shows, dog training shows, the old dogs of war. They have horse, old horse show, which is nothing to do with what we've got now, the tractors, but they still show the old horses, how they can work them, or dressage, show jumping or whatever, getting horses to jump, or they'll have birds of prey, all this old anachronistic history. So for me, the Green Festivals represent a renaissance of how we can reclaim the land. So I remember being with the Rastas in 2006, because the European Rainbow Gathering was coming in to England in 2006, and I ended up with down in Kennington, where the Rasta mains were, where most of the and reasoning with the Rastas, they were talking. I was saying, you know, about the rainbow, the potential for reclaiming the land, and a lot of the Rastas were talking about, well, this isn't our land. You know, we want Africa, not England. You know, this isn't our land. But I was trying to get across, well, the rainbow, it has a prophecy, and it's about the prophecy. We don't have scripture, we don't have a prophet, but we've got a prophecy in the rainbow culture which states, in a time when the animals are dying and the land has been ravaged, come forth the rainbow warriors from all cultures and creeds, from the oppressed and the dispossessed, and through their actions and deeds will turn the land green again. And so it's all cultures and creeds. The rainbow warriors will come from all cultures and creeds. So I was looking to advocate to the Rasta elders that we should come together in this country to help reclaim the land in this country, and that actually that can then open up the doors for the reclamation of African countries. So, and that's still my message to this day. You know, I still do rainbow gatherings to this day, and that would be my solution. You know, in response to your question, coming together, all cultures and creeds, you know, in London, but in the UK, to reclaim the land here, because we are here as a stepping stone to reclaiming all land around the world.
So, you know, when we were talking about the dominant class, how do you think the dominant class, how are they holding their power, and how have they got this power?
Because they're in control of, first of all, they were and still are in control of the land, but they're also crucially in control of media and finances. But the rainbow gathering works on donation, so, and ultimately it wouldn't even need that donation, because the donation is for buying food. But if we have growing communities which are willing to provide food free of charge for the rainbow gatherings, then we don't even need the financial institution of what we call the magic hat. We wouldn't need it, because we'd have a supportive community who allows gatherings to happen without any money whatsoever on the land. And we can talk about, you know, what we can do on that land, like the no-dig method doesn't require the plough, it doesn't require water. Like even the National Trust, which is a very conservative body, are adopting no-dig methods, because last summer no dig at a place called Sissinghurst in Sussex didn't require any water.
Is there, with people living in a sustainable level, like we say, no dig, would there still be enough food and whatever to feed the population? That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, well, this no dig on an acre and a half of land produced 6.6 tons of food, and in the slaughterhouse, I stand outside the slaughterhouse in Sussex and talk to the farmers who are coming in with their animals, and they say we can't grow vegetables here because the land's too hilly and too heavy clay. What they mean is they can't get their ploughs on the land. But those same people, they're getting maybe 300-400 kilograms of meat compared to 6.6 tons of fruit and vegetables that they're getting on the same terrain. So we can provide abundance. The fact is, we're not providing what we need in food because we've got more livestock than any other country in Europe. Well, yeah, we've got 130 million chickens, we've got 30 million sheep, we've got something like 15 million cows, a huge amount of pigs, and a lot of that's for export. So we're not, it's a very inefficient system feeding animals to provide food. I mean, a dairy cow eats 50 kilograms of food every day, a huge amount compared to what it gives back. So it's highly inefficient, and we're only producing 60% of the food in this country that we're eating in what should be a hugely abundant community. And the other thing is we're importing loads of food also from other countries to feed those animals. So I did my dissertation on soybean production in the Brazilian basin. I was there in 1993, and most of that soybean was destined for Western markets for animals. You know, and I was working with a human rights lawyer in Brazil who was taking me to the shanty towns and showing how people had been displaced because of this monoculture, and then were squatting on the periphery of cities and were subject to abuse from landowners, police, you know, through no fault of their own. Mostly very vulnerable because the men would be away trying to find work at quite some distance, and the older children would be in the city centre trying to make some money. And it would just be like, you know, in the newly occupied places, it would be predominantly mothers and the younger children. So that's the knock-on effect of people eating cheap meat over here. You know, displaced people as well as devastation in the Amazon basin. Yeah, because from what I believe.
Against all capitalism, or are you just against being over-capitalistic?
Well, I think, I believe that the capitalism came with herdspeople, with the domestication of animals, and that also came with the domestication of people and servitude. So I believe it's deeply ingrained. They say that that the herds people came out of Europe and went down the Nile and went into the Indus Valley, and you can check that by where people consume milk, because when you controlled herds, then you can take milk from those animals, and obviously the animals are easier to kill, so you're going to have a greater consumption of meat than a hunter-gatherer would, because it's easy. So yeah, from my perspective, the rainbow is pointing towards a wilder connection with nature, and a return to foraging, and to a different way about agriculture, which respects the soil, like the no-dig method does, which respects diversity. You have forest gardens, that kind of thing.
I actually don't care, it's a silly argument, fam. It's silly, bro. Israelites don't do research.
Yeah, go on. No smoke.
Israelites again.
This tribe. No smoke. Tell us this tribe. Hey, tell us this tribe. Hey, tell us this tribe.
Lucky, bro.
Yeah.
Lucky.
Watch, we're coming for you.
Come online. Where is he?
Yeah, we're coming for you.
Blood.
We're coming for you.
Guys.
Why is that?
We're coming for you.
Seems like, oh my God, I'm from West Midlands, where you guys, we eat.
Are you from West Midlands?
Yeah.
Come on, let's up. I'm about to that myself still.
So how comes every time I turn the camera around, everyone's scatter my time?
Because the sister says she's too good looking for the camera. She's too good looking for the camera.
Yeah, he says he like do. Flying solo us and do.
So it's a boss, yeah? Yow.
I'm black, yo.
Hey.
I'm black, bring it.
I want to say, big up the Funky family. Gamma Funky. Gamma Funky in the building. What else? Big on Funky. Venom Funky. Alpha Funky.
You know if you know if you're not in the hangouts, you ain't got no clue what he's talking about, right?
You don't know.
No clue, fam. Where's Leon though, fam? Oh! You're the, I was waiting for you before I leave it though.
What's going on? No discussion? No YouTube? No views?
I didn't say, yeah?
No likes?
Huh?
Oh, no. I want to be famous and make money. I don't want to be famous.
So what's the conversation? I'm a duck soon, you know.
Huh? Riv, are you making any money?
What?
Or you just want to be famous?
Spit live, yeah? Yow!
Live.
I'm actually going to spit, watch. Not joking.
He's not saying much, is he? I was asking. He has to really think about it.
Do you think we can take to make the system better for the majority than it is for, like, right now it's better for the minority? What do you think the best route?
Collective living, yo. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we live in an individualistic society. So it's only going to serve people and their individual interests. I think we're cultivated to think for self and not think for collective. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so and I feel like, but at the same time, there are cultural considerations in that as well. You know what I'm saying? So whereas as a people, as African people, our natural kind of way of life is collective. The way of life, isn't it? So we don't have to go nowhere to find that. It's just the fact that we're not living our own culture right about now. So once we live our own culture.
Alright, we go to our own culture.
Yeah.
Hey, you're not African.
Beefy shut that down different. Beefy shut it down differently, you know. Beefy was not having it.
No, you can't. No,
Beefy was not having it. Beefy was not having it. Let him talk, man. You're right, you know, but still, he's our brother still, you know.
No, Israelite.
Yes, family. Walk good, yeah.
Israelite.
Walk good. I was going to do a poem as well, you know. But yeah, go on, let's have the conversation.
Yeah, no, what I was saying, yeah. You go back, alright, we're not in. We go to our own culture, and people want to steal us or like steal our vibes. And what are we gonna do? Even if we go back,
protect it.
Which culture are you talking about? The question is,
protect it. The fact of the matter is.
So now this is what you need to say. How are we gonna get back? Protect. How are we gonna stop this supremacy, basically? You know what I mean? How are we gonna put an end to it and understand that if we get back to our cultures and our vibrations, the supremacy is still going to be out in the
world. Well, we have to, whatever battles come in the midst of that, we have to deal with it, innit? But there's a saying that the best way to defeat an alien culture is to live your own. Let's start there, innit? And through that process, we will learn how to protect ourselves and defend ourselves from attack. You know what I'm saying? The fact of the matter is that we're defenseless right about now because we're still trying to live in this world via these dictates and them kind of things there. And it's a thing whereby, so even how to defend ourselves, we're not learning them lessons there, family.
So things that we've learned over this whole being in this Babylonian vibes, first world
Abrahamic
country.
faith vibe.
Yeah.
Abrahamic faith vibe.
Whatever you want to say, bro. But any vibe that we've been in, now we've learned what we've learned. We need to go.
Drop it, just drop it, all of it. As I say, this is rubbish, put it aside, and just go back to our thing.
Yeah, like I said,
our
thing, the Abrahamic faith vibe, talking about that's how we was in Ghana, right? Circumcising people.
Yeah, man's
you know
gonna disagree with that, but let's move on.
You want to go into it, make up your mind.
Yes, I'll say, yeah. I'm gonna do it. We're gonna go there. We're not gonna go there.
Means in Hebrew means smoke.
No. I'm not denying. I'm not denying that.
So now we learn Hebrew and we learn the languages. Yam.
That don't mean that Ashanti comes from Ashanti.
In Hebrew, yam in Hebrew is day. Yeah, we say that's our food. We eat that day. Food, innit? That's the yam. Yeah, so now we say, okay, what else is Hebrew? Nana. Nana's a Hebrew word.
Yeah, but that don't mean that Nana in Ashanti is Hebrew, though.
No, but we learned that these words that we've taken from the Hebrew, right? And it's still in our dialect, it's still in our tongue.
Yeah.
You know what understand? You got to say that there's.
But where do you learn your Hebrew?
We'll see in it. I don't even want to go into that right now. Still, I'm trying not to go into that debate in it. I'm trying. You can see I'm trying in it.
But no, like you said, we have to learn our culture. We know their culture, right?
Yeah.
We know their culture, right? But we go into and we say, wow, the culture of our thing.
No, but this is what I'm saying. From coming from my perspective, I would say that the culture that you're talking about, we need to learn. This is what a lot of that has built this, isn't it? We've learnt this thing, innit? Like,
for instance, you learnt that you're from the 12 tribes of Israel. Judah.
Yeah, but I don't adhere to that.
Alright, Judah, right?
Yeah, but I don't adhere to that.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying. So.
Rastafari, they say Judah.
Some
right?
Rastafari say
they
that.
say Judah.
Some Rastafari say that.
Right?
Yeah,
they say
yeah,
Judah,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So alright, you learn that you're from Judah, you're gonna go back to West Africa, and you're gonna start saying, yeah, Judah, yeah, Israelite,
but
yeah,
again,
thing. We're gonna all collectively get together, right?
Yeah.
And we're gonna know what we've learned from wherever we come from, because there's something called, is it Ashanti? They were saying this, the great welcoming, the welcome home. You can go back to Africa.
You mean the year of return?
The year of return. Yeah. You go home.
Yeah.
It's a big year.
Yeah.
We're home now.
Yeah.
We're all getting collective.
Yeah.
We're all trying to say, yo.
But that's the point. But that's
supremacy of the white
but
man.
that's not the case. It's not as simple as that. It's not as simple as that. It's not as simple as that.
Am I mixing it with two different?
Yeah. Because what it is, right? Even though the year of return's happening, Ghana is still a nation that is run by what is called neo-colonialism. Yeah, so we're not talking about Ghana is not operating on any liberated state. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? We're not talking about a nation in which an indigenous language is used in the education system, for example. You know what I'm saying? So the year of return might be a good thing, but it doesn't mean that when people go there, they're going to be living under an African-centered system or a system that is based upon the culture of the people. It's still Western economics that runs Ghana. This guy. I'm trying, you know, VP. You're not making it easy for man. I'm trying to go. This is what I'm saying. So it's not even. So it don't mean that we're gonna go Ghana now and everything's blessed. That's not how it works, isn't it? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think there's benefit in it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say there's no benefit in it, especially because one of the major things that's happening right about now is this issue of citizenship and a continental kind of African passport. Let me finish the point. Why are the major issues that is taking? Right? Say again?
Citizenship. But no, but go on.
Like, one of the major things that is taking place is the fact that there is no legal right for people to move if they wanna go back and return.
We need them to tell us that it's all right for us to go back.
No, it's not about telling us.
That sounds like a slave.
It's not about telling us. It's not about telling us. It's about the fact that.
You know what I mean?
No,
I need to ask you if it's all right, if it's legal.
No.
It's not. That sounds like I'm asking the slave master again.
But that kind.
Think about it.
But that kind of leads to the point.
Who says it's legal? Right?
But
Who says it's illegal?
But that kind of leads to the point that I just made in the sense of the fact that we're still dealing with a colonial kind of
God says eating
society.
bacon's illegal,
Right?
isn't it? There's still people eating bacon.
Yeah, but my point.
God says being batty boys isn't illegal. There's still people getting married being batty boys.
So
what I'm saying is, let's be real. Let's just be real.
Yeah.
We go back to what you said at the beginning is we need to collectively
Right,
get together, go back to our place and learn what we need to do. That's what you said at the beginning.
No.
Because we can rewind it, bro.
What I said was
when
culture.
we first listened to it, you'll hear it.
You
said we should collectively
I didn't say a place, you know. I didn't say
go back.
I didn't say
where
a
are we
place.
going back to then?
I didn't say a place.
So where are we going back?
I didn't say a place.
It must have come from somewhere.
I didn't say a place.
To go back to somewhere.
But I didn't say a place. My thing was.
But we can't go there. The Most High will bring us.
My thing was not a.
Is it?
Yeah. My thing was not a location. Yeah, it was. I was speaking about culture. Locations and where a culture manifests itself will be defined according to the needs of the people. So I would ask you, where should we go back to, or where should we go to forward?
Well, all right, wherever we are.
Right. Okay.
Well, all right, wherever we are.
Now, bearing in mind,
keep faith, innit?
Now,
stay strong.
But bearing in mind, I never said, and I said quite the opposite, that going back to Ghana was going to solve problems. Just like that. I'm saying that the brother asked me, would it be a good thing? And I'm saying I think there'll be some good things in it.
The first thing he said, is how we gonna sort out supremacy.
And I said reviving our culture. Yeah, so I said collectively.
No.
Sorry, but your question was wrong though. What he said was. No, your original question was what? Now, something like how do we get out of what?
It wasn't him that said it. It was
the original question. Yeah, the original question was what is the best route for us to take?
to get out
of this system. So
Segregation, supremacy.
right, and I said,
religion.
right, and I said, and the two things I said was
I'm not
one,
religious, I'm a nation. You keep getting
and the two things I said was one was collective kind of ideology living, and the second thing I said was, but for us as African peoples, there's a. I know you don't agree with the African thing, but I'm talking my thing.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Right? What's
I
it
can
called?
hear you.
Right?
No
What's it
semantics,
called?
right?
Yeah, right. But at the same, but so it's about there's a cultural consideration because our culture is a collectivized culture.
Yeah.
So if we're living in that kind of vibration, then we solve a lot of problems, innit? Just I'm saying among ourselves. That's what I was saying. So it's not necessarily about we're all going to move to Ghana and just be able to do that. No, because because Ghana is not running under that right about now. It's run by this.
It's run by French and English and
right.
all of that.
So that's
colonialism.
Could I ask, do you think there's a case apart from building up community?
Well, come in.
Apart from, yeah.
You're the Caucasian and we're the black, and we want to understand how we can balance, how we can.
Straight from the Caucasus Mountains.
Well, yeah, well, we want to balance the squares, innit?
Yeah.
Jacob and Esau and all of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I'm in the same struggle of building up community solidarity.
Yeah.
And
What
that's
community
through,
is you trying to build up?
So rainbow gatherings.
Rainbow
so,
as in the LGBT, like
no,
homosexuality.
that's the mainstream system.
You mean the rainbow of Noah when he
talk,
said that I will not bring a flood?
Well, the
rest
Rastas will talk about the rainbow covenant
of Noah, yeah.
But the rainbow
Just
gatherings
taking it and just
comes from the Hopi.
Hey, look,
Hopi
rainbow's a word, fam. He's
the Hopi.
If you're talking about
but you
the
asked him a question,
disrespect of the.
let him speak it.
But let me squash it if it's anything to do with homosexuality.
But you asked him a question. Let him say
we can statistically
talk
about how batty boys can be.
But that's not what he's talking about.
With us.
To be fair, that's not what he's talking about.
No.
How you gonna put them on the same scale?
But bro, you invited man in the conversation.
So do you know the history? Do you know the history? Do you know the history of rainbow gatherings? Do you know where it came from?
Rainbow,
and what it's about? Rainbow
to me,
gatherings.
The way the society sees it is homosexual.
So this is a projection. This is a projection of the mainstream. This is the projection of mainstream. This is a projection of mainstream. This is the projection of mainstream media, isn't it?
You put the willies where you're not meant to go.
This is the projection of the mainstream media.
No, debate him on what he's saying. On the level, yeah.
What is the rainbow thing?
So rainbow gatherings. The first gathering was in America. And if you want to characterize it, it came from Vietnam veterans. It came from people
That's my Bible, man.
who were high on psychedelics,
You got your Bible?
high on
Go
psychedelics,
Genesis.
and environmental activists. So the premise of rainbow gatherings is to go back to nature, go back to the wild. So when you do a rainbow gathering, you go out into nature. And what do you think the first thing that you look for when you're scouting for a rainbow gathering? What are you looking for? Can you imagine?
Gay guys.
You're looking
I'm
for
just looking
water.
to hurt them.
You're looking for the
Stones,
spring.
stones.
You're looking for the spring water. You're looking for water. Water is life.
When I see a rainbow,
So when
I
I go-
know that the rain and the sun has collapsed together to form that in the sky.
Yeah, so
And that's the covenant God, the Most High gave to us to say,
biblical
no
symbol.
more flood.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come. Next time I come, I'm coming with fire. Because you lot are going to be batty boys in the end days, man.
So
I'm going to come and pure
rainbow
this place,
gathering
purify
is
it with
going
fire.
going to
Fire
nature.
is the best cleanser, you know.
Going to nature.
Only way you can cleanse these batty boys.
Going out of Babylon. Going out of the city.
Yes,
Getting out of the city. Yeah. And you're looking for the spring water.
Bro, we're
'Cause
looking to
water,
burn all these batty boys.
water is life.
We're looking
yeah?
to see anywhere there's rainbows, we're coming with flames.
And the principles,
Burn it.
other than getting back into nature and reconnecting with nature and building up our strength,
Are you inviting Issa in a conversation? I don't understand, fam. Man invited him in a conversation.
Because he's not. All right, look, you told me what the rainbow thing is. What am I going to look for?
I haven't started. I haven't started on what it is.
It was meant to be how
For me,
the level right
no,
now, yeah,
completely not.
of
It's not.
supremacy, white
No.
supremacy. We know what we see when we see the rainbow, man. Yeah. That's right, bro. Yeah, they're gonna hurt. Let's see about the balance. How can we balance it?
Isaiah 14:21. That's right.
Isaiah 14:21. Wow. Do you know that scripture? Hey.
So other than gathering out
Prepare
nature,
slaughter for the iniquity of the forefathers. You know that scripture? Oh, praises, man.
Other than-
Oh, praises, man.
We give it to you.
other than gathering
Do you know
out
what he just
nature,
told you?
what did he tell me?
You know what he just told you?
What did he
Isaiah
tell me?
14:21.
I don't know that one.
Do you know what your forefathers done? Tell my forefathers.
Go on.
Huh? It says, prepare slaughter for the iniquity, of their forefathers, that they don't rise nor possess the lands.
So say it again. Prepare slaughter.
You can come out harassing them, certain things stay with you. You know what I mean?
Where's my Bible? So.
There we go. I hear you.
You see in this here? This is the Bible, right?
So are you Christian?
Nah, I'm an Israelite. Isaiah 14 and verse 21, right? This is what he just told you. To read it for you.
Okay.
Yeah, prepare slaughter for his children. So do you know whose children they are?
No.
This is Revelations. Chapter 13 and verse 9. And it says, if any man have an ear, let him hear. So we got ears, you're a man, innit? Mm-hmm. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Do you know who's been led into captivity? Whose people have been slavery and stuff.
Yeah, in this country.
Whose people?
Yeah, my forefathers.
Done that to?
No, had that done to them.
You had
my forefathers.
Oh, your captivity.
You heard of the Enclosure Acts in the 18th century, for example. The land was taken away from people. People were pushed off the land. They were drafted into the army. They were drafted into the navy. They were drafted into building the canal systems. All of that. That was servitude.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. So your people put your people in captivity.
Yeah. Well,
to make sure that they went and killed with the sword.
If
to
you
go
say
steal another people's.
If you say they're my people, I mean.
Well, your forefathers stole your forefathers.
Difficult to say. I mean, I don't know my history. I know that, some of my family came from the Huguenots.
This is the reason why, because this is what you just love.
Well, you look at the history of Europe. It's a bloody history, yeah? Yeah.
Isaiah 14 and 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the lands. Who owns the lands now?
Yeah, not me.
Well, your forefathers, man. Nor fill the face of the world with cities. You lot fill it up with cities, man.
Me lot? I didn't build it.
I
built a roundhouse out of wood and clay, but that's all the building that I have done some labouring work as well, I have to say.
The master builders,
mostly
the master builders are the masons, and you're not the masons. You can't build like Buckingham Palace and that again. You lot weren't that people that were in that dynasty to build it. That knowledge, you don't have that essence, that creativity. You know what I mean?
That came from the Normans.
You just splash things like Van Gogh.
You know where that came from? That came from the Normans. So they were the Vikings who went to settle in Normandy, and they basically created a buffer state between the French and the warring Germans. And they intermarried with the French.
Yeah.
So they already had horse culture, but they didn't have the same civilization behind them that the French had. So it was through them that the Normans, led by William the Conqueror, came into this country.
Yeah.
And within 20 years...
So you know 1611...
1066.
You see the 1600s?
1600s, yeah.
Yeah, there was Israelites in the King James and that, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
It was the 6th King of Scotland,
yeah,
and the 1st King of England.
Yeah.
He was black, man, I know that, innit? It was the Dark Ages. It means like the Black Ages, the ages when it was black. Guy Fawkes was an assassination to try and... Guy Fawkes night was an assassination on King James.
That's interesting.
They tried to kill King James because they wanted to take over the empire, the Byzantine Empire. Have you heard of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So all in these empires, you're calling the Anglo-Saxons. They were the angelic sons of Isaac. They weren't. You come from here. I'll show you. This is Job chapter 30 and verse 5. They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as a thief. They chased after you like you was a thief, like to make you run away, yeah? To dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in caves of the earth, in the rocks. Like how you see like Flintstones, for instance, like Freddy and Barney. There's no brown people in the Flintstones.
No.
Because it's talking about yabba dabba doos, man.
Yeah, they're talking about
Pebbles
up in
and
the cold lands of the north or whatever.
The Caucasus Mountain. That's where it's saying like where you ran away to, where they made you run as a thief, the Edomites. Yeah? This is you, though, yeah? To dwell in the cliffs of the among bushes and buried under the nettles where they were gathered. So the bushes and the braid, this is where the bushes are. You know what I mean? Braid, no pineapple, no mangoes, no yam and oranges. This is bushes and nettles,
Thorns
and roses,
slow berries,
you know what I
and
mean?
that kind of stuff.
This is where you lot dwell, in these peninsulas, in these cold areas. Yeah? So we're there where they gathered together. So you all, every single place you was run away from, over there, it was like an edict. You know, like when the edict goes out by the Pope and then you put us in slavery, there was an edict for the Edomites to go run them up into the caves. Yeah? So it says, they were children of fools. Ye children of base men. So you were fools. You didn't know how to build these things. Don't belong to you. It belonged to the black kings. King Richard, his nickname was Black Boy. You know that?
The Normans were before Richard.
Look it up. Go put it in your phone.
But
King Richard's nickname.
William the Conqueror.
How can a white king be called Black Boy?
William the Conqueror, yeah? He came in 1066. He was responsible for building the Tower of London, the first stone-built castle. And then Chepstow, like a few years later. But what they started, the Normans, was building earthworks.
Britannia was British, and the British are two different empires. The Britannia Empire was when the Byzantine, when the brown people was ruling. British, it's like you're Jewish. You're just pretending to be the British, the Britannias. You don't call yourself Britannia, you call yourself British. So it means you are ish, you are acting like the Brits. You're not the original Brits.
The Angles, the Bretons,
I know it's hard for you to understand, but if I call you a child, innit? Yeah? You're not a child, I'm saying you're childish, innit? So, you're an adult. You're not British. They're not the original Brits. I know this is going to be like, oh my gosh, look at what he's saying, like England, where the white people and that, but what it is, you've whitewashed everything. Let me show you.
You know what?
Job, let me show you. You've whitewashed everything. Job chapter 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. You understand this, yeah? He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
So what you're saying, he covered the faces of the judges. So
of
what's
the
that
original people. Like you watch 10 Commandments, for instance, yeah? Moses. What do you reckon the colour of Moses was?
Yeah, black man.
Yeah, obviously, right? Was he that in the Ten Commandments film?
I haven't seen it.
Okay, the Passion of Christ, right? What colours were they in the Passion of Christ?
I've seen it. I remember the 60s film, right?
Whatever biblical film you want to get, what colour are they?
Where,
Stop being semantic, stop being technical.
I've seen the Technicolor film.
Say it, just say it, Edom.
Blue-eyed,
just say it, what colour are they? What colour are they?
Blue-eyed white man.
Like you, blue eyes, white guy.
Well, more blonde than me, I think.
Wicked. You, that's what I'm just saying, it's not, that's what I'm saying, it's not just, I'm not just saying it's you, it's your people, you lot, the so-called white man, the Edomites, the Esau, you lot are the wicked. Because that's what it looks like. The judges look like you lot. Because
Well,
you've covered up the faces to make them look like you.
They
man.
do reckon that animal agriculture started from Europe. And for me, you know, the domination of the herds is spread, they say, down the Nile Valley and down the Indus Valley. And for me, that's the fall. You know, the domestication of animals included the domestication of people and the servitude of people.
Wow, you're standing up. You're standing up. You want to stand up for the evildoers. You want to stand up against the evildoers. Is that what you're saying? Domestication. You care about life.
I'm going to return to the rainbow gatherings.
But you know,
it's going back to the wild, going back to nature.
They killed the rhino, innit? The rhino, the tusk got cut off the rhino, and they used to take it for ivory, innit? And you lot killed. Your people used to hunt, and like you go in, you see it, innit? You lot on your walls, you got lions' heads and
so
zebras
say, yeah.
and that. It's not us. We don't do that. Right. We walk with the lions, man. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
That we actually walk with
there was a
go
Zulu.
To Zimbabwe, go to Zimbabwean woman. With the lion, the lions walking the Zimbabwean woman home.
Yeah.
You lot get eaten by lions because you kill them. They don't like you. Look, animals
can I
don't
just
like
say,
you.
listen, in Cornwall in 2007, a Zulu man came to the rainbow gathering in Cornwall, right?
Psalms 94 and verse 16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? You lot have done abominable things, man. Iniquities, man. You've just tried to cover up the whole slave trade, yeah? And said that, my people was enslaved in the 18th empire. So where was we in the 18th century?
I wasn't there.
Wasn't we
I wasn't
getting
there.
whipped? Wasn't our backs
I just
getting
studied the
hit?
history.
Like, your people was enslaved in the history.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So you never had black people in the 18th century in slavery? Are
I'm
you
not
gonna
saying
lie?
that. I'm not saying that.
Blatant face.
Up the Wye Valley, you know the Wye Valley.
Gosh.
This is where the Normans built.
Do you see the
castle.
lies that are just storming
So
out of your mouth?
Up there from the Admiralty,
You are gonna stand up here and just blank out abominate slavery.
No, I'm saying that the white people were in servitude as well.
Where?
In this country. They were driven. They were driven off the land.
Shut up. Where? To Australia, because you lot were rapists and paedophiles
in the
and
18th,
raping your sisters.
In the 18th century,
because you lot are raping your sisters. Is that why?
They brought sheep onto
They
the
brought
land.
them to Australia, right? To burn in the sun.
They brought the
they
sheep.
knew it would have fucked them up. Every day they wake up, they're gonna feel pain.
They put sheep
That's
on
why
the
they
land,
brought them there, innit?
and they drove the
Said,
people.
just go and burn away.
The people were
in the
driven
sun.
off
That's
the land.
why, innit?
The people were
Have
driven
you been
off
Australia?
the land. I have one.
How much
time,
suntan lotion do you put on?
None.
You don't put any on?
No.
You must come out red.
No, I was picking grapes.
Bruv, red.
I was picking grapes out
You see
there.
like you're pale now. Red.
No,
red and hairy.
If you take a little bit of sun every day, then you build up a tan, and then you don't burn so bad. But I was picking grapes, and there in Australia, they let the canopy grow, so that it shades the grapes. So it also shades you while you're working in the sun. And I was working with the Aborigine people there in the grape harvest.
Let's just sit back to the Isaiah 14 the guy was saying. I like that chapter. That chapter's pretty nice, man. Isaiah 14, verse 1. For the Most High will have mercy on Ya'aquab, means Jacob, yeah? And yet choose Israel, Yasharallah, and set them in their own land. And the strangers, means people that are not Israel, not from the sons of Jacob, they're strangers, shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. They want to do everything we want to do. Like, we dance and that, nice, and that they would make set up 2 and set up 1 and that, just trying to dance like us and try and sing like us, Eminems and, you know what I mean, Justin Bieber's, and they'll cleave onto everything we do. Like Jamie Oliver starting to make jerk chicken and stuff like, you know what I mean? Everything we want to do, you're going to try and cleave onto it and try to do it as well, okay? And the people shall take them. So the Israelites were going to take you. All the strangers, not just Edomites, Moabites as well, Chinese people, Indians, all of them. Well, Yahweh Ratazar, like, don't want to be too proudful. You know know what I mean? I might not get chosen for the elect, but if I rise up for the Most High, I pray and I repent, keep His laws and His commandments, I can get the ways. Your nation has hindered us from that. But these are the times now, we're coming closer to the Most High, and you lot can't get involved with your serpents anymore. We can try and keep His laws to the best of our ability without you lot hounding us down, because the elites now, they've put you in a position where not even you, the so-called white man, are owning slaves anymore. You know what I mean? Before, you lot were all benefiting, but now it's turned into an elite sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now you're hurt the same way certain Israelites are hurt. You're like a two-time loser. You know what I mean? Sorry to say, because you're going to lose in this kingdom now. You're losing now. You're going to lose.
I don't see it in that way.
Well, don't worry. You will find out. Huh? Huh? Yeah. No, that's cool. That's cool. Thanks, man. And the people shall take them and bring them in the place, and the house of Israel shall possess them. What does possess mean? Like you're gonna, what do you reckon possess means?
What, like own or something?
Possess them, yeah, like you're gonna belong to us. Like you see, like how our names were stripped away, and they said, yes, I'm gonna give you this name, you belong to me now. Like I'm gonna brand you and stick this on your chest and say you all got this is the slave that are branded and that you belong. We're gonna possess you, like you're mine. Yeah. Possess them in the land of the Most High for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. So the people that have been oppressed, people that have, you know what I mean? Gonna rule over the people that have oppressed them. Like, how do you feel about that, man?
Whereabouts? You said in a particular location.
In the land, in their own land. We'll choose Israel and yet set them in their own land.
Which would be where? In Israel?
The whole world is ours, man.
Yeah. So here, as much as...
The whole world is ours, man. But Israel belongs to us. Israel is where no one else can't come into our house.
What do you think?
No bastard, no uncircumcised.
What about this?
No heathens, no strangers. Only Israel's allowed in the house.
Did you like this country? I mean, it's pretty cold. It's like, it's a bit grim.
Who am I, man? Who am I to say where I want to go, man? The Most High will put me here and put my ancestors here for a reason. It's not like I'm going to be proud now, I know I need to go and run over there. He will choose who he wants to be there. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't worry. Anyway, that's not for you to care about. You just need to worry about how much lashes you're going to be getting.
Right. No.
Yeah. It says render unto you double.
But why?
Because so all the lashes you gave to my ancestors.
I didn't give anyone
Remember,
any lashes,
no, but we've got to prepare slaughter for the forefathers.
But in the
who am I
in
going?
the
If it says
Bible,
prepare slaughter,
in the Bible,
who am I preparing slaughter for?
Doesn't
I
it
need
say
to give someone.
unto the third,
I need to give some forth.
Doesn't it say unto the third generation or something like that?
How do you know that one?
Well,
Rainbows. I don't even know
I
rainbows.
read something about the Bible. Yeah.
Well, rainbows. Look, unto the third and fourth generation, it's going to punish Israelites, not you. His laws are given to Israel.
But isn't there something like the sins of the father are then put on to the third generation?
Talk about anything according to the scripture. Who are you?
Well, I just read bits. That's all. I'm just questioning you as a scholar. On what? Well, yeah, I don't really connect with the. If I was to take a spiritual stance, I connected more with Buddhism, I would say, than anything from the Judeo-Christian religion. Simply because it's got that resonance for compassion for all sentient beings, not just about humans. So I'm an animal rights activist. So I consider that empathy should be directed as much to other animals as to human beings, and that actually the domestication of animals has led to the domestication of people and people going into servitude. So
who went into servitude?
Well, I mean, they say it goes back 20,000 years.
So you're not going to talk about the ones that was only done, like the last slave was around in 1948 or 1948 in Philadelphia. Why are you not talking about that servitude? That's not that long ago. Are you talking about someone that's 2009? Talk about something that's recent servitude. Mm-hmm. What about the people in Liberia getting put into slavery right now?
Yeah.
People in Ethiopia, they're getting minimum wages of like 1p.
Yeah.
Why are you going to talk about that servitude?
Well, because for me, like,
talking about some servitude of your own people. Is that what it is? You just want to talk about the people in the 1800s that got put into
animal agriculture covers most of the planet. And like, I did my dissertation in 1993 on soybean production in Brazil.
So
I was out in Brazil.
The planet is the sea as well, he's talking about.
And so there were people...
The planet being in the whole sea and the earth.
There were people displaced as a result of that soybean production, ending up in periphery.
So when
cities.
you see rainbows, yeah,
and that
when
those
you see
soybeans,
rainbows, you're seeing rainbows talking about looking after the animals or animal bestiality, like you a bestiality stuff.
No.
Because when you see rainbows, you automatically think batty boys,
well,
homosexuals.
Who are you? Are you talking like Brighton, gay pride or whatever?
Not even gay. Gay means happy. You lot are not happy. You lot are an abomination.
Mm-hmm.
So when you just think, wow, they've taken what's good and turned it evil. That's why it says, woe to them that call evil good. I'll read it, yeah. But don't talk about the statues. Who are you to put the statues in these mouths, yeah? Because it says in Psalms chapter 60 and verse 8. Moab is my washpot. The Chinese people are washing the dishes. And over Edom will I cast out my shoe like a dog. He's just going to throw them, like God said he's going to just throw his shoe at you. Mm-hmm. Like, get out. Like, what are you doing in it? Mm-hmm. Fuck off. Like, you know what I mean? Get out. What are you doing? That's what you tell your dog, innit? Mm-hmm. That's what you lot are. Everyone that don't keep the commandments, they're whoremongers, idolaters, sorcerers, witches and wizards. You know what I mean? This is what you say inside your whole being. It says in Psalms 49 and 11, the inward thoughts is that their house shall continue forever. You're caring about a system of this world, about animals. You've already extincted the rhino. You've already killed all the bamboo sticks, so there's no koala bears around hardly.
Not me.
Your people, they're wicked. I've just explained it to you with the precepts, man. Stop being silly now. I showed you your people are the wicked that have taken people, put them in captivity, killed with the sword. That is the Esau's blessing, because Jacob's got the blessing of the kingdom. You've got the blessing of this kingdom of winning with a sword, with gun, nuclear weapons. That's why you defend yourselves with nukes. You build more nukes to defend yourself. Oh, you frighten people. If you don't do what I say, I'm going to nuke you. If you do that, I'm gonna let one of my nukes off. Like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. This is how you live. You live by warfare. You even said you was put in slavery to go into more warfare by your own people, fam.
Yeah.
That is like, wow. You know what I mean? Like, you live so much by the sword. Your inward thoughts, is that you think your house shall dwell forever, and the dwelling places to all generations. Like, even your children will get it. You think they call their lands after their own names. Leo Scipius Africanus. They colonize the lands, they call it after their own names. America Vesputin. They conquer America, they take it from the Native Americans, and they call it after their own names. That's everywhere. You go, Alexander the Freak. They went to Egypt, certain places in Egypt. This area is called Alexandria. Everywhere you go, you colonize the wicked. They've taken things.
The animal herdsmen, yeah, but you've got to recognise that it wasn't all the people that here that were animal herds people. And I agree, it's the armed herds people have been the front line of colonisation around the world. You know, whether it's the cowboys in America, whether it's the cowboys in South America.
Them cowboys are you lot.
The Jesuits in
The
Sudan,
Edomites.
wherever, you know. So, yeah, I agree with that. And that's why I concentrate on animal rights, because I see the liberation of, or the separation of humans from that domestication
the animals
of animals.
don't rightly care about you. I just told you. The lions will eat you because they know that you lot are the hunters.
I'm talking about the domesticated animals.
Look.
I'm not
you
talking
can't be
about
like,
the,
you can't be like,
the carnivores.
But we got to be about all the animals, man.
Yeah,
You know
no,
what I mean?
I defend the rights of wild animals. All I'm saying is, you know, a
being
lot
a
of
bit-
environmentalists will simply talk about energy,
animalist
consumption,
now.
talk
Is
about
there a
oil,
word?
and talk about
Is there a word
wild
for
animals.
racist?
But
Being racist
actually,
to the
I
animals,
think
to
it's
certain
more
animals.
important to look at the 70 billion, which it is 70 billion domestic animals around the world that are in servitude right now. Many of them, you know, I mean, in this country alone, there's going to be 3 million animals killed in the next 24 hours. And how much of that is seen? None of that is seen. But I go to the abattoirs and I see the animals. I go and see the animals before they go to the slaughter, to recognise that and build up empathy, to advocate further to end that needless slaughter, because we don't need to eat the animals to do well. I mean, it says in Genesis, doesn't it, that
What does it say? What do you
God gave us the
Who
seeds.
are you to declare the statutes and put them in your mouth, fam? But what does it say?
In Genesis, it said God gave us the fruits of the tree and the seeds of the field to eat. That's what He gave us. And if you look at us, we've got all the classic design of a herbivore, not of a
Look,
carnivore.
this is what the rainbow's for, okay? Please. Genesis chapter 9, yeah, and verse 15. No, let's start a bit further up. Let's start Genesis 9 and 11. And I will establish my covenant with you. Neither shall all flesh be cut off any more by the waters of a flood. Neither shall there any more be a flood to destroy the earth, said the Most High. This is the covenant, this is the token of the covenant which I make between you, me and you, and every living creature that is with you for perpetual generations. So the covenant for people of Noah's, Abraham, Shem, Japheth, and the all animals. So you're saying you're only dealing with domestic animals.
No, I'm not only dealing with
this
domestic
rainbow
animals.
is not just for domestic
No,
animals.
I'm not.
It says it's for all animals, wild ones.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just wanted to show you what God said about the rainbow and who it's represented for.
But the wild
Please,
animals,
let's relax.
Yeah, but I'm just
it's
saying.
represented for holding back destruction of water.
Yeah.
Relax. I do set my bow in the cloud. Rainbow. Yeah? The bow in the cloud. And it shall be a token of a covenant between me and the earth. And it shall come to pass when I bring the cloud over the earth that the bow shall be seen in the cloud. And I will remember my covenant which is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh, and the waters which no more became a flood to destroy all flesh. And the bow shall be in the cloud, and I will look upon it, that I will remember an everlasting covenant between power and every living creature. So, you know what I mean? So you understand what it's saying,
So that includes the white man, does it?
It includes all flesh.
Yeah.
Are you flesh?
Yeah.
So you're disrespecting it. You've
what
taken
way?
something. I know you. You're trying to say it's for just domestic animals.
No,
You're
I'm
not
not.
using it for all flesh, are you?
No, I'm not saying that.
Is this rainbow
But-
thing, are you doing it
but
for all
what
flesh?
I'm saying is
or are you
that
doing it just for animals?
Those animals are ignored. They're not seen. The wild animal, the wild
But the
lion,
people in
for
Libya
example,
are ignored.
The wild lion, it has
You just
it
ignored
has its
my
freedom.
ancestors' slavery.
When?
You was talking more about really like you was enslaved to go into army. That sounds like you was called. You was a recalled or something. That don't sound like slavery to me. Sounds like you was recalled.
No, there were chain gangs.
When you come back to
there were
your
chain,
war, you got the benefits of your colonization.
There were chain
really.
gangs who were going around, and they weren't asking permission. They were just taking the people.
After war, you got it, you know. You got back what you wanted, innit? You know what I mean?
Which war?
You got your stuff out of it.
Which war?
All your wars are for colonizing and stealing and robbing and stuff.
How do you know that? You don't know that.
Well, I've got to look up the 1800s war. I'm going to look it up tonight.
Yeah, look up.
Yeah,
I mean,
I bet it was
I don't
about
think it was
colonising.
happy times. I don't think it was happy times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Might have been about King Leopold. He needed more troops to steal the rubber from the Congos and that.
Yeah, that could be the
You know what I
designs
mean?
of the elite class. But if you look at the elites,
Needed more soldiers
they
to
were
steal the rubber from the Congolese.
the elites were the
Let's
hunters.
talk about your wicked stuff that
The
you
elites
do,
were
bro.
the hunters. Yeah, and they were they were the ones who had the herds of animals.
Let's
you
just
know?
wrap it up. End of the day, yeah, we're talking about, at the beginning, supremacy. Supremacy is, you lot are wicked, you lot are the thing we're trying to talk about, how we can avoid being around, you know what I mean? Can avoid certain situations that you lot have put us in. This is the whole point of what we're trying to sort out amongst each other. When we get certain Edomites slithering in, sliding in, they try to give you a little gift, a little thing, so it kind of dwells that we've got to forget about what's happened to us. And we've got to think about what happened to the Holocaust, though, innit? We've got to remember 9/11, and we've got to remember all their things.
Remember everything.
All their
that's
things, but we
ours.
can't remember nothing that belongs to us. That don't make no sense. So
I'm
now
not
I'm going to
saying
say,
that. I'm not saying that.
you're trying
we
to
should
say
forget that.
rainbow. Well, let's remember the rainbow. What's the rainbow for? You're
We
using it.
We were talking about solutions,
You're
if
using
you
it
remember.
for an abominable thing. You're using it for wickedness, bro.
In what way?
You're not LGBT.
No.
You're not dealing with putting penises up rectums and that.
No.
Well, then that's good.
And I've never seen it at Rainbow Gathering either.
That's good. That's good. But yeah, you know, when you go to any rainbow shop, it means LGBT.
That's
it
what I'm
means
saying.
black boys are in
The media distorts.
I live
something.
near Dalston, and you see a lot of the
Oh,
freaks come out at night.
Dalston, Kingsland.
You know, like that. Freaks come out.
Dalston,
Freaks come out at night.
Dalston, Kingsland.
I live round there, yeah.
Did you see the Extinction Rebellion event last
Aye,
Saturday?
that looks like Green Lantern or something.
They say that it's like a rune.
It looks like Green Lantern.
Yeah,
You
it's
know
like
what I mean? The ring, the Green Lantern ring.
part of it is like it's an egg timer. This is a story anyway.
It looks like a
That
timer,
it's
yeah.
like
Sunglass.
that we're running out of time. You know, with regard to extinction of species. You know, 60% of species
It
have
should
become
have
extinct
this
the last.
bottom bit black then, innit? To show the sand is filled up the bottom half of the
Yeah,
thing.
well,
I think I've helped you out there a bit.
The
You
other
should go
thing
and tell
is
them
that it could
to
be
redirect.
it could
design
be like also the pyramid turned upside down, or
Oh,
if you take that down, that
done,
symbol
I'm done,
down,
I'm
you
done.
end up with
I'm
the
done,
Star
I'm
of
done.
David, something like that.
I'm done. No, that's not nothing to do with the Star of David.
But anyway, they shut down the
And it's
Dalston,
not
the
a
High
star,
Street.
It's a shield. You know what stars look like, right?
Yeah.
They're pools of gas.
What you mean up there?
Yeah, The stars that people do, they put points on them. I've never seen a star
okay.
with points, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Come
No,
on.
they twinkle, don't they?
So
Yeah.
don't call it stars. It's just shape.
Geometric design. Yeah.
Geometric.
Yeah. But the
I'm teaching you something today.
Yeah, appreciate. Yeah.
You're not white. You know that as well, innit? Got to teach you more things. Your forefathers Esau. So you're not white. Because you turn pink in the face when you blush and that, innit? So you can't be that colour white. You know what the colour white looks like? You know what I mean? You're
Yeah.
not this colour, innit? We're not black. We're brown. Yeah, it's the real colour. I'm talking to you like you're a child, but it seems like, you know what I mean? I've got to tell you what the rainbow is. I've got to do it to people like
Well,
you.
from the biblical story.
Well, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are from, we're from the children of Israel. Yeah? And the Israelites come into, there's a confusion of faces, right? So imagine like your mum or your great grandmother, right? She liked the Mandingo black men. And she started sleeping with them and that, and she created a child. But then she kept giving her child that was a son, that was a boy, not a woman. She kept giving him back to the Caucasians, back to the so-called whites. They could be Jacobs, looking like a confusion, looking like, you know what I mean. But I'm not gonna start calling you anything which I don't understand. I understand that you are the pale face, blood showing Edomite, doggy stringy hair looking,
well, my dad's
blue eyes.
My dad's got hazel eyes.
Your eyes are so blue.
My mum's got blue eyes.
Think that
but my mum had gypsy blood in the family.
No, I mean,
they came
blue eyes
originally
don't run
from
into
India.
innit? You know, you got. I don't know. Yeah. What I'm saying is, Israelites, what we do, yeah, we keep the law, statutes, and the commandments. Can't stop us doing it anymore. You can try. You know what I mean? You're gonna look for us. You're gonna hunt us down. Yeah. The Pope came out, and if you've not heard, the Pope exposed everything. Obama's got locked up. Bush is locked up. You know what I mean? Like for treason and
right,
you know what I mean? Like what's happening is everything's about to smash.
Yeah.
Iron is separated from the clay. This is done for
Fortress Europe.
You know that
the walls
you know,
have come.
You know your ears are burning, innit? Because you
in,
know this is your empire's done, innit?
I was at Calais Jungle and I became
you
very
love
aware
that.
of it.
You love the animals so much, and the lions are eating you, but they're walking us home. You must know that. You must be upset that
like
your
I said,
people are the wicked.
There was a Zulu.
Even the animals don't like you.
There was a Zulu who came to the Rainbow Gathering in Cornwall, yeah.
Not
and
all
his,
of you are.
His
that,
brother,
you know what I mean?
his brother took him to Rainbow Gatherings in Tanzania and in Kenya.
Yeah, Kenya.
So when he was 14, 15.
What are you doing in Kenya? Why aren't you in the Caucasus Mountains? Man?
And no, this was a Rainbow Gathering, yeah. So that some Zulus
just
went
leave
to the
their
Rainbow.
country alone. Stay in your cold.
So he went off.
Stay in Europe.
Leave
the other countries alone.
When he came
That's
to
what
his,
you need to do.
When he came
you need to talk to all your people and say, look, I've spoken to them. They're upset. They didn't like us stealing them and stealing all the resources. Let's just leave them alone, man.
I've been saying that for 25 years. You know?
Please, just tell all of them. Go to Buckingham Palace with your big dictaphone and just say, leave them. They're all right. Let's just stay here.
Yeah, well, I think that's what the Extinction Rebellion is about. I mean,
because you're upsetting the Most High for hurting His chosen people.
You know, we shut down.
You know that, right?
We shut down 5
bridges.
You
know God loves. You know God, the Most High loves a chosen thing. Like you like this jacket, you like this badge, you chose it, right?
Well, someone gave this to me.
God chose. Yeah, well, God gave to the Israelites.
He was a tramp.
You know, like this jacket, like put on these commandments, like a jacket. You know what I mean? He loves us, man. So now you need to know what you've done to the righteous people of the Most High. You gotta get your just reward. All nations are gonna get it. It's not just you. I'm not trying to just stick it on you. It's every stranger. You understand? Yeah, man. And this ain't for him. This ain't for you. I'm hoping I'll reach out to my people that are watching on the channel. I don't go to Gentiles. That's why I haven't read many. I'm only showing you scriptures that are predominantly talking about the downfall. I can show you that you'll bow down to us. You're going to be bowing down to us. Yeah. Seriously. 49, Isaiah 49. You're going to be on the floor, man.
Well, that's why I come here. That's why I've come here. I've come to learn.
Yeah, you're going to build bunkers, underground pits, and then when the holy angels come, we're going to dig you out of the pit. We're going to pull you out. We're going to be like, hey, what are you doing hiding under there? You Edomites, get out your caves. And we're going to make you work hard. Lashes, man.
I'm working hard every day. I'm working hard every day.
I want you to make sure you're fit. Because when I tell you climb
what
that
do you think? I'm carrying
my mangoes,
I'm carrying this big bag around. What do you think? I'm walking all day with that big
practice,
bag.
man. Practice makes perfect, man. Prepare for your slaughter. That's good. You're doing what it's saying. I want you to go on jogs, jumping jacks, you know what I mean?
It's good to keep healthy, isn't it?
Keep strong, because when we want you to do the works, man, you know like how you made us work hard? We're going to be picking up everything.
I don't know. I think my forefathers
there,
working
chilling
hard.
with our grapes, honey, and that.
He's getting ready for slavery.
He's preparing himself. But that's good. That's a good look.
No, I'm looking to get out of slavery.
Show them the bag. Prepare them, man. He's got his gift-wrapped bag with his sleeping bag ready for
2 sleeping bags.
2 of them.
A bivvy bag.
Maybe he might get a girl on the streets, you know? Another Edomite.
divvy bag is like
Might find a
a waterproof
Got a
layer,
bag for the jerseys.
and then a blanket.
Yeah.
So that, and then I've got an insulated strip underneath.
Talk
so
to
I
them,
can
talk
just,
to them,
you
talk
know,
to them.
mm.
Yeah.
But it's good to sleep out. It's good to
good,
sleep
man.
out.
It's good, man.
It's healthy. When I sleep out,
Yeah, the mattress I heard is bad for you, innit? You need to sleep on the
on a hard,
you
on a
sleep
hard
on the
surface,
cement,
it's good
so
for
you're-
good for the
Because
spine.
you lot
yeah.
are used to that in your caves anyway, innit?
Right, okay.
We-
Yeah, I know a
It's slow,
cave
innit?
in.
You slept in
I've
the
got a
cave.
friend
We
who
slept in
slept in a
tents.
cave. Yeah.
We slept in tents. Abraham's and I. We slept in tents. You slept in caves.
In Bristol, there's a really good cave. You know the Clifton Suspension Bridge?
Big up Esau.
There's a really
Hey,
good
talk to them,
cave.
bro.
There's a really good cave, and I've got a friend who stayed there the winter, and it's even got like a chimney. You know?
Hey, big up Esau right now, yeah? Telling them about this Pimp My Cave. Yeah? Talk to them, bro.
Yeah, and living off grid, you know, it's a good thing to do, you know, even in this country, because you get to rest. You know, with all these bright lights, it's difficult to rest. But if you can get away from the system, if you can get away and live off grid, then you can get a decent
You're
rest.
trying to render
during
your
the winter
recompense,
time.
innit? You're trying to just say, feel sorry for me. I've
No, I'm
gone
not
through a
saying
bit
that.
of hard stuff.
No, I'm
like,
not saying that.
I need
I'm
to
saying
know. We've put them through so much hard things.
No,
Let's just
I'm saying
put
living,
ourselves through some hard
living
things.
off
so,
grid
you know.
is actually brings energy.
Yeah,
You know, when you're going out foraging for wood, you get warm one time when you're going out
Hey,
looking for the wood. You
look.
get warm another time when you're sawing it.
Look, listen.
And then you get another
We
time
need
when you're
smart,
axing
we
it.
need smart ones, Edomites like you, so you can teach them how to survive in the famine, in the end days. There's going to be there's going to be
Nettles.
martial law troops, and there's going to be
Nettles. You know what they made?
hurricanes. There's going to be floods. There's going to be fire coming down. He's not going to come back with water.
Stinging
He's going to come back
nettles.
with fire.
Stinging nettles.
You need to show them how to prepare themselves in the wild, in the wilderness.
Stinging
show them the best
nettles,
caves that they can hide in.
Hemp seeds.
Oi,
Stinging nettles and hemp seeds.
Yeah, go on.
Cleavers. You know what they made during the Second World War? They were harvesting stinging nettles to make, like, you know, tofu.
Yes.
Well, they made an equivalent out of stinging nettles because of all the green plants. It's got the highest
Survival techniques,
protein
yeah.
content.
And you know the little bushes on the floor, all them little bushes that grow up out of the concrete because you kill all the mud with your concrete, and you get them little bushes growing out of the cement.
Yeah.
You know they're herbal medicines. You know them
pioneer
little
plants.
bushes.
Yeah.
You got to sieve out all the juices out of it, and harvest it like in a jar, put it away, and it could be cured for medical reasons. You can rub it on your cuts.
Also, the nettle roots and the comfrey roots.
Hey, look,
you can make them into like a vitality drink.
Everything given by the Most High is righteous. You lot are GMO style. You get me?
No, I
you lot are
prefer not.
everything you lot have in your supermarkets.
In the supermarkets.
What is of God in the supermarket?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree. It's not
It's
very
all
good.
artificial. And you say
Yeah.
it's organic. Why does it have to? Why is it organic? Like, what's wrong with this one then? You know what I mean? And then the organic one costs £2.
Yeah.
You lot are wicked. You lot have got to go.
Yeah, it's disgraceful.
You lot are done.
Yeah,
You're
no, it
selling
should be
GMOs and McDonald's and
guerrilla
Burger King.
farming. I reckon that's
You lot are
guerrilla
done.
farming.
I don't
No,
wanna hear
don't
you.
ask any permission.
I don't want to
Just cast
see you
the
lot
seeds.
around for too long. Please, I want the most. Please get you lot. Come for the smoke, man. I want to tell this Ashkenazi, yeah, this Khazarian, tell him, please, how wicked you lot are, and how you lot need to be humanitarians and look after the animals, and what the rainbow represents. Tell him that they should have them rainbow parades in Israel. No, them batty boy.
No,
not the batty boy.
not rainbow parades. Rainbow gatherings
they
out
got
in
gay,
nature.
they got rainbow gay parades in Israel today. You know that? You know
I've never been to
in
Israel.
the Holy Land.
I've never been to Israel.
Disrespect,
and
man.
Rainbow's not about parades.
Just
for
want to
me.
kick a Ashkenaz
It's
in the
about
face,
getting
man.
out into nature
Fam.
and reconnecting with nature, reconnecting with the water, and using the talking stick, which is about community sovereignty.
Hey, don't touch me.
Kick me right now. Kick me. Go on, kick me.
Don't touch Ashkenaz. Don't touch me, man.
Go on, kick me. Kick me. It's tempted. It's tempted.
Hey, let me pull out my sword for him and chop him up. Ching, ching, ching. Just chop him up, man. You know that? 2 Edomites, one on the left, one on the right. And said, yo. And in the Israelite corner, we've got Yeshaya. Hey, yo, let me show them. Stop talking and listen to the scriptures, man. Revelations, chapter 2 and verse 9.
See? You got it right there. Chapter 2. There you go. That's evidence.
Revelation chapter 2 verse 9. I know thy works and tribulations and poverty, but thou art rich. So are the Ashkenazis, are they in poverty? Are they in tribulations?
Who are the Ashkenazis?
The people that own Hollywoods, that Disneyland.
Okay.
The people that own Sony.
Okay.
The people that own football stadiums.
Okay.
The people that own Tottenham Stadium. The Ashkenazis, the Yiddos, Yiddish. Yeah? They are, but thou art rich. We are the rich ones, the ones living in tribulations. Understand that?
So
like,
who's that then?
Like you see Usain Bolt, right? They're living in poverty, tribulations, but he's still rich because he's got the power of God on his side. You know what I mean? You were winning. Usain Bolts and the boxers, Muhammad Dars and the basketball players and the Pele, the football players. We are rich with power, with that spirit. Yeah? I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews, but are not, and are the synagogues of Satan, man. The Bible says there's synagogues of Satan. And this is talking to, like, there's synagogues of Satan in Israel as well. Like the Judas Iscariots and that. People that go to the churches and pray in the synagogues as well. That's what it's talking about them as well. Like, you know what I mean? But they don't say they're Jews though. But you know what I mean though? Like, they're the ones that are wicked, you understand? You should know that they're wicked, man. Come on. This is what it says in chapter 3. Revelation chapter 3 and 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogues of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them come and worship before thy feet. So they're going to come, like I said, they're going to come bow down. They're going to come bow down as well. And they're going to worship before thy feet to know that I have loved thee. They're like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. We know you're the real. You can be nice today, but this is a revelation. This is going to be revealed to you in the end days. When all hell, they call it, breaks loose.
Must be pretty due, pretty nigh, huh? Pretty soon. Must be pretty soon, I think.
It says, no man knoweth the time.
Yeah, 5 years, maybe. Yeah.
Hey, See Alive's gonna be my slave.
Oh man, no.
You can't find it?
Yeah, no, well, babe, I can't find it right now, man. Look, this isn't, no man, no. Well, look it up, man. No man knoweth the time or the hour. That's the scripture I'm looking for. No man knoweth the time or the hour. But you gotta, when you're breaking it down, you gotta study diligently, you understand? Measuring the times that we're in. It says there are gonna be wars and rumors of wars. That's happening now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The rainbow prophecy is from the Hopi tribe, and they say in a time when the animals are dying and the land has been ravaged. So it's like right now, really.
Right now, right?
Yeah.
So that's the white man. Esau knows. Esau knows when the time is, but you think that you're gonna live forever. Don't care about the animals and all them things. You don't need to worry. The real people that you've been stealing things from will take the things back and will deal with it properly. You understand? You've had your chance. Don't worry anymore.
Oh.
Just prepare for what you've been preparing for.
What you mean? The nettles and the
get your nettles, get your roots set up,
the hemp,
get all your hemp seeds ready.
Yeah,
I'm
we've got
saying
a
it's
place.
serious,
Got to
bro.
find
You
a place
think I'm
to put
chatting
the land.
rubbish, man?
No,
I'm being so serious.
Yeah.
Let him explain what's going to happen in the rainbow prophecy. What's the rainbow prophecy?
Yeah, they
So
don't want to know.
the rainbow in a time when the animals,
On you, show them. This is for you. Rainbow prophecy.
Well, I think I said it before, but it's in a time when the animals are dying and the land has been ravaged. Come forth the rainbow warriors from all cultures and creeds, from the oppressed and the dispossessed, and through their actions and deeds will turn the land green again. And that's it. We don't have any prophets. We don't have any scripture.
But
We've just got a
means
prophecy.
You have a prophet to tell you that.
Yeah, but
You
it's
told
an
you that.
oral.
Did you get it?
It comes from the Hopi tribe. It's an oral tradition.
Like you just said.
So
No,
it's
no,
a
no.
communal.
I don't think he understands.
it's
I
a
just said it off the
communally
camera.
shared,
To say prophecy means that you have to have a prophet.
Yeah.
To
But
tell you that.
They don't have
Where does it come from?
They don't have a scripture. and
Don't
it's
be
a
following blindly into things, you know.
Well-
Don't follow the multitude to do wickedness.
It's a shared oral. It's a shared oral tradition. It's not a written down. It's a shared oral tradition within
Just
the
wanna
Native
give
American
all
people.
praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Rakatah, yeah? Deaf to Esau, yeah? Deaf to the other nations that don't, yeah? Honor the elect, honors people that push the truth and know what's going on. Kwam Yasharala, deaf to Esau.
Blessing.
This guy's live. He's live, though.
A couple of weeks ago, but yeah.